Oh my Lord, kids, it's happening. I was trying to post this here reel uh onto Instagram. Uh Here we are. Hey,
Oh,
welcome to Fat Man Beyond. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
Hey, we're
Hi,
here,
gang.
kids, on a Halloween Eve. Spooky new cheese.
Oh, it's not even Halloween. We're Halloween, man. We're right in it.
Yeah, good point. My bad. Ain't no Halloween Eve, kids. It's just flat out Halloween. Thanks for joining us here on Halloween, man. Just to keep it spooky. I'm Tusk. Wasn't that the dialogue from the movie? I'm sure it was. I only saw it once. Um, Here, October 31st, kids, is actually an anniversary of sorts. This is when Zach and Miri Make a Porno came out in 2008. So was that 17 years ago? 17 years ago from right now. I was like, what do you mean nobody's going? Seth Rogen's in it. What do you mean? And I think opening night, like if I remember correctly, we like crawled to like 1 or 2 million or something. And we were like, what the fuck? Now that was because it was Halloween. Friday night was Halloween. Just like now. Holy shit. But the Saturday and the Sunday, we made up lost ground, but still open to 10 million. But oh my God, I remember that Halloween night, like constantly getting calls from the studio, which was the Weinstein Company. And, you know, being updated, like nobody's going. I'm like, I don't know. Who knew that people don't go to fucking movies on Halloween? I sure didn't, Mark. In any event, doctor, I'm glad I got this therapy session so I can get this shit off my chest. 17 years ago tonight, it was all going wrong.
Not a good night.
That movie stood the test of time, though. Zach Amir is I'm not going to say it predicted OnlyFans, but
Homemade porn.
it was a prescient film, Mark.
It knew where the puck was going.
Happy Halloween, all you fucking Halloweeners out there. Me and Mark are going to spend a spooktacular night with you here on BooTube. Oh, fuck. Yeah,
Oh,
kids. There's a ghost in the room.
that was some strong Vincent pricing.
Thank you. Delighted to be here, kids. It is going to be a fun-filled show. We got so much to talk about. News, we'll take your questions, we'll tell you what's going on and whatnot. But first, let us pay the bills. We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. Wrong holiday. That's Thanksgiving. We gather together, kids, of course, to celebrate the culture that pops. But we don't get to do that unless somebody throws some money our way to keep the lights on, so we can pay the likes of Banff Man, the most expensive fucking third wheel in the podcast business. Banff Man, jump in here and say hello.
Banff.
There he is. Banff Man, how many kids you got now?
I have 2 kids now.
All right, so like there's a man with 2 little kids. You gonna deny him fucking food for those kids? That's why we got sponsor.
He walked away from those kids on Halloween to come and fuck around with us.
Come on.
Actually, why we're doing it at 9:00, because I was like, I got Halloween and bedtime. I can do it 9:00.
Did both of you go trick-or-treating?
We did. We've got a neighborhood full of kids who are all went to go to preschool down the street, and so there's like 30 of us out trick-or-treating. But the best part of it,
yes,
is I mean, they're all kids, so nobody's doing sexy fill in the blank, right?
Right.
But my little daughter Heidi is 8 months old, but she is in the like 100th percentile for weight. So her legs around the thighs are so big, she's in like almost 18-month-old clothing now.
Tell that kid, hold my beer.
So
as somebody who's has his mother's childbearing hips and thighs, I feel that kid's pain. She'll grow out of it though. Chubby babies with chubby legs, though. Come on, man, that's adorable.
Well, we put her.
If I was an artist, that's the only kind of baby I would draw.
Yeah. Well, it's cute, but we got her a mouse costume that came with tights. But her upper thighs.
So she looked like that Ratatouille mouse carrying sausages around.
She looked like a sexy mouse baby because the tights only go up to her knees, so they look like sexy stockings. With
oh my god, man! She looked like sweet Charity and shit.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. So that was my Halloween. I dressed my 8-month-old like a sexy mouse.
Unintentional. We don't fucking. We got people thinking Epstein-y thoughts about Hollywood enough. Don't fucking feed into it accidentally.
Like definitely accidentally.
Baked potato is the perfect costume for an 8-month-old.
Yeah.
What my trick-or-treating years are long behind me because my kids, she just has Halloween parties that she doesn't invite her parents to.
As is the circle of life.
Can you believe that shit? We were like, hey, can we pop over? And she was like, like, you mean,
no.
Yeah, like, where are you gonna park? Dad's car's so big. I'm like, it's not that big. It's not like I'm not driving a Hummer.
Yeah. And you don't live in
like,
where there's
Harley,
no
have you heard of Uber?
Yeah. Maybe I'll park up the street and walk down. Like, but yeah, she, look, I never wanted to be the parent that's like muscling in on some kid's good fucking time, like my parents weren't. So, I'm let them do their youthful thing. And to be honest, and this is going to seem a little defensive, but maybe I don't want to fucking drive all the way over to Laurel Canyon.
No, you don't.
So yeah, she's having a Halloween thing. She loves Halloween. She always has. This is my Halloween right here. What about you, Mark? How was your Halloween?
My Halloween is, you're looking at it. I have 2 kids, one of which does not give a fuck about Halloween, and the other of which is in a different city, and is 21 and is having his own Halloween that I am also not even close to remotely invited to.
Might be at Harley's house.
Yeah,
it could be. Fuck. Yeah, man. Like, Halloween is a thing for people in their 20s in a way that it wasn't for me when I was a kid. But to be fair, my post high school years were mercifully brief, because then, wait for it, humble brag coming, Clerks happened. Like, Clerks happened to me, 5 years after high school? So I didn't really have the 20s that most people had. I had a different kind of 20s, no complaints whatsoever. But I didn't have the 20s where it was like, oh, it's Halloween party time. Like, my Halloweens in my 20s were like, Mallrats just opened and died 2 weeks ago. What the fuck am I going to do with my life? Or prior to that, Clerks just opened and did fucking great in 2 screens, and one in New York, one in LA. So my Halloweens have been preoccupied with work. Yeah, but that's okay. Because what is Halloween if not getting dressed up and getting candy? And that's the movie business. I get dressed up in a very similar outfit, and then they give me candy, aka money.
I mean, that's the best version of Halloween.
I've been trick-or-treating professionally for 31 years. What am I bitching about?
Yeah, I feel like, because I do have friends who are in like their early 40s and even to early 50s who are we're going fucking costume and we're going to parties and whatever. None of them have children. So they've never gone through that particular orbit of 20s, do it yourself. 30s, here come these knuckleheads. We're doing this for 15 years until they leave you behind. And now you're too tired to even think about, like, ooh, I'm going to be fucking Alexander Hamilton for Halloween. No, I'm not.
I think, there's like the absolute extremes of, the folks that just keep that Halloween spirit 24/7, 365. Can't wait for the holiday and stuff. Like Sam Hain, like a motherfucker. And the other end of the extreme is like, the motherfuckers who don't believe in Halloween at all. Like, like instead of a Christmas Carol, if you had a Halloween Carol, and Ebenezer Boo just didn't believe in Halloween or whatever the fuck. And I think I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, I'm not a kind of cat that's like, let's get a costume. Like, I cosplay as Kevin Smith every day. So the idea of putting on a different costume for Halloween doesn't do it for me, man. Never has. But fucking, I guess one end of the spectrum is Ebenezer Boo. The other end of the spectrum is like Heidi Klum.
Oh yeah.
How every year, like, we're gonna be assaulted by fucking articles for the next 24 to 48 hours about what Heidi Klum did to mask herself for Halloween in probably the most expensive way imaginable.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I say everything that I've said. And yet, if I'm invited to a cool party, I would probably go to one.
Not me. I got invited to a cool party this week, man. Edgar Wright hit me up. He's going, hey, man, we're screening Running Man at Paramount, man. And me and Glenn want you to come. And I guess he means Glenn, the star of the movie.
Powell?
Glenn Powell. But it's not like I knew him. Like, oh, Glenn, he's my boy. Like, I don't know. I've never met him. So that was a cool party to get invited to. Fell asleep at 6 o'clock at night. Missed the screening. So, yeah, Halloween parties. I never been in my phone.
I got invited to a party. The neighbors are having a party, and what's wild is
you have neighbors. I thought you lived in the middle of the wilderness.
I don't have a lot, but the neighbors, their kid goes to preschool with my kid. He's turning 4, and so the flyer is Vinny's birthday party from 2 to 4 p.m. From 4 p.m. till 2 a.m. in the morning. Costumes mandatory Halloween party. And they've got 3 kids, and they're going to have people at their house until 2 o'clock in the morning. Not me. I will be home in bed by 8 because I'm going to go to the kid party part and then hang out just long enough. But if you guys want to go, we could all go. You could cosplay Silent Bob.
I'm more Ebenezer Boo the more I think about it. I'm not Heidi Klum. Could you imagine loving anything? Even like the love of your life. Even life itself. As much as Heidi Klum seems to love Halloween.
I will say, I would never in a million years have put money on the opening of this show being a rant against Heidi Klum.
It's not. It's not a rant. It's just an observation.
I did not see the Klumening happening.
Between she like just fucking stole Halloween. She just claimed it like we were in Far and Away and it was being given out. She just raced out there and put a fucking flag in Halloween like it was, and Enya was playing in the background. Deep cuts.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Mariah Carey did the same fucking thing for Christmas. Like, she put a fucking flag in it as well. Like, what? Why? We got to pick a holiday. I say we pick Arbor Day. Nobody's fucking with that.
Yeah, just you and me dressed in green, just being like, hey, leaves, right?
We just need one banger of a song. Like, if you leave me now, you'll take apart the very part of tree. Ooh, whatever. You're the writer. We'll figure it out. But
You know how the rest of that song goes.
I'm just saying, there's some fucking coin to be made by stealing a holiday and claiming it as your own.
Okay. I feel like Columbus Day is open.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's true. Can we save it? Can we spin it? Can we turn it around?
What can we do?
Yeah. Like, yeah, it was pretty bad. The like end. I'm like,
I mean, rape sucks.
and he discovered a thing that already existed with people on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like going to Staten Island and discovering it, far and away in that shit, put the flag in Staten Island while Enya plays.
I mean, I feel like we're turning Columbus Day into the far and away holiday. We just
It's
blame shit that's
wide open and shit. Problem is, the thing is, you claim it, then you fucking fall and you hit your head on a rock and your body pulls away from your soul pulls away from your body until Nicole Kidman finally tells you she loves you. Then it rushes back into you in a Ron Howard style, and you come back to life. One of my favorite things that a fan edit that was made. My friend Vincent Pereira, director of A Better Place, comic book version of A Better Place, now in comic book stores, or at least available to order from Vincent online. Vincent had a Laserdisc player, and so he'd get beautiful versions of the movies, and he'd get them letterboxed. So periodically, when he had a Laserdisc version of a brand new movie that was totally widescreen, but we only had pan and scan in the video, he would swap them. He would bootleg a copy of his widescreen and put it on the shelf, because he was like, these people are missing half the picture. It wasn't even like, I can make money off of this. He just wanted, he's like young Indiana Jones. This belongs in a museum. So far and away, he gets on Laserdisc as well. And, it comes out the same time as the VHS comes out. So we got the VHS on the shelf at RSC Video. Vinny burns off a copy of the letterbox version. Not only does he do that, he changes the ending of the movie. So, he hated the fact that Tom Cruise, spoilers, Tom Cruise's soul leaves his body and shit, and he's dying. And then she says, I love you. And then the shot rushes back to him, and he wakes up and fucking does an Irish jig, and, fucking the end, whatever the fuck. Vinny loved the notion that he died. So Vinny did a version of the movie where it pulls up, keeps pulling away, and then before she I think she said, I love you, and then he cut right to the credits. That's the version he put out on RST Video shelf. Could you imagine?
That's amazing.
There's like 1,000, maybe 1,200 people in New Jersey who think Far and Away ended very differently, Mark. Very differently.
It's like a Mandela effect thing,
Yeah.
where there's like this pocket of Central Jersey where it's like,
It's
that's
like
not how far away actually.
It's an insidious governmental experiment where they put like diseases in light bulbs and throw them out the back of trucks or something like that, where Vinny took Far and Away and made it just different enough for 1,200 people that when they're in a bar drunk going, you're out of your fucking mind, it ends with them dying, you piece of shit. People are fighting, and there are scientists just writing it all down somewhere.
It reminds me of like, and this is a true story, that for every sports championship, let's say the World Series, that when you get to the final game of a World Series or the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup or whatever, they have to make all of the merch for both teams to have been champions. And then the one that isn't champion, all of those shirts go to like Senegal or Nigeria or whatever.
Presidential elections too.
Indeed. So somewhere in the world, probably in a place filled with brown people, they have a completely alternate history of the universe based on the losers of everything.
That's true. They're wearing championship shirts for people that didn't win a championship.
No, or an election.
Well,
Thanks,
all
man.
that being said, we got a sponsor, kids. That's a long
The
way of
longest route.
telling you that the good folks at Mando are going to be bringing the show to you tonight. Thanks to the good folks at Mando. Let me just tell you a little bit about Mando. You could probably go over to the website, which is shopmando.com, to follow along with me. shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness, man. Mando, without these folks, kids, there ain't no show. I think they're the only sponsor who still believes in us, man. Fall's here, guys. Football season, yard work, maybe even hunting trips. But let's be honest, staying fresh can be a challenge, man. That's why you need to hear about Mando deodorant, from your pits to, well, everywhere else. Mando high-performance odor control and sweat control that actually lasts all day. Forget those colognes that just mask the stank. Mando blocks odor before it starts, man. It's one slick, one stick, two jobs. I saw that video once online. Very hot. One stick, two jobs. That's coverage through double overtime games, that weekend project, even those extra long pre-holiday shifts. You're good. It's not magic. It's science. Take it away, Mark.
Man, Mando has clinical strength sweat control. So that's one swipe and you're ready to go. You could do two swipes, that might be overkill. It's not your typical deodorant, man. It's clinical strength, 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard. Controls both sweat and odor for 72 hours, and after just 12, underarm sweat was reduced by 92%. This stuff works. Works indeed. It's a deodorant re-engineered to stop odor before it starts, and it just doesn't mask odor, it prevents it. 100% of study participants experience all-day odor protection. Unlike other deodorants loaded with chemicals, Mando only uses premium ingredients like gentle mandelic acid to keep you fresh and dry. Double protection tackles both odor and sweat. Mando's new deodorant plus sweat control solid stick gives you double the protection you need. No more worrying about sweat stains or those embarrassing pit rings. Just all-day freshness and dryness.
Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers, kids. Comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash and the deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code, man. Use the code, I believe it's FATMAN, FATMAN, at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide and free shipping, man. shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered, man, with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to the sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness. We thank the good folks at Mando for sponsoring this here live podcast of Fat Man Beyond. We love you, Mando.
Thank you, Mando.
Are they gone?
I think so.
Now we can go on with the show. All right, kids. So much to do. So little time. Since we're selling shit. Hey, kids, guess what happens tomorrow night? Are you on the East Coast for this spooky holiday of Halloween? Well, good news, man. You can go down to Smodcastle Cinemas tomorrow for the first annual Smodcastle Horror Fest. Put that graphic up, JC. Boo. Boo. Yeah, look at that. And it's spun. Look at that, man. You could go and buy a block of tickets, like, because it's a bunch of shorts and put together in a block. It's like $5 to go watch like 6-8 shorts, man, like 2-3 hours of horror, or pay $20 to see every damn block that's being offered, man. Not nuts.
That's great.
Then the next day, you could go see Stream. It's a movie that they're doing a Q&A for. Here, I'll tell you what. Stream plus a Q&A with the cast. Right there, man. At Smodcastle Cinemas. And also happening is the Blair Witch Project plus a Q&A hosted by Michael Williams. Mike, who faced the wall. Remember? We were all so terrified. Like, why is he looking at the wall? Like, Mike, he's going to be there for the screening as well. So, spooktacular weekend at Smodcastle Cinemas. Go to smodcastlecinemas.com for tickets, or just go to the box office of the website. Smodcastle Cinemas, where the movies come to play. Speaking of which, I'm going to be there for, when am I going? For when Wicked opens. Hold on, let me see when that is. I'm going to be there singing. 11/21, the day Wicked opens, the November 21st. Tickets on sale right now, man. Sing along with me. We're not, the words ain't even going to be on the screen, but everybody knows the words of this fucking musical. So we're going to be singing at the top of our lungs, man. Like one of my favorite screenings we ever had, Smodcastle Cinemas, had nothing to do with my movies, man, which a lot of critics say as well. It had everything to do with going to, see Wicked with a room full of fucking theater kids and little kids and fucking moms. And yeah, there were a few dudes in there, me being one of them. And oh my God, what a joyous time it was. So join us for Wicked for Good, November 21st. Tickets at smodcastlecinemas.com. Then you know what? While I'm whoring shit, I might as well get the rest out of the way. I am coming where next? Alpharetta, Georgia. November 7th and the 8th, man. I'm coming to Helium Comedy Club. Try to be funny for money. I've been traveling every weekend, Mark, and doing live shows. And last weekend I was in Raleigh, North Carolina. But on November 7th and November 8th, Alpharetta, Georgia, man, for Helium Comedy Club. And then November 10th, I'm going to be in Jersey. I think there's like 10 tickets left for me and Jay doing Santa Bob and Jingle Jay. You take your Christmas pictures with us. Sit on our laps or don't, because that's creepy. But either way, take pictures with us and put them all over your Christmas cards. That's why we're doing it early, man. Tickets at csmod.com. Then on November 14th, I'm going to Skank Fest in Louisiana.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
You better believe it, man. Tickets at csmod.com or the Skankfest website. Lots of travel, lots of ways to see yours truly. Next week, man, I didn't put a graphic up or anything, but the next issue of Quick Stops comes out, and it's called Requiem, and it's about Jay and Silent Bob meeting up with Metatron, the character that Alan Rickman played in Dogma 25 years later. It's like one of my favorite comic books I've ever written. That comes out. And meanwhile, next week, Dogma comes out in the UK on UK screens. Same way it came out here. Yeah. So lots of activity going on, kids. What about you, Mark?
It has been a busy time in the life of Mark. It's been, the day job is going incredibly well, still on God of War, the live action show, and will be for a stretch. But while I've been doing that job, I've also been the co-host of the Welcome to Derry podcast, the official.
This is oddly enough like something that I'm so fucking impressed by. I guess God was God of War.
Yeah.
Is it a video game?
Yeah.
So I never played it. So but I saw people react to you having that job in places, and obviously it's a big thing. But you doing this fucking podcast, like, come on, man. Whenever you watch an HBO show at the end, they're like, hey, man, watch or listen to the podcast. You're the fucking host of that. So you better every episode be being like, hey, I'm Marc Bernardin, co-host of Fat Man Beyond, here for the.
You'll have to listen to see if I keep plugging us.
You better, man. Fuck. That's some big numbers you're going to be able to pull down, dude. You got that HBO muscle behind you and shit. Plus the Stephen King muscle, the muscle, fucking Pennywise muscle. What's it like?
It's super fun, man. Like, HBO seems to be behind the podcast. The company that's producing it, called Spoke Media, sort of reached out to me to see if I was interested in doing it. And they brought on a co-host, a woman named Princess Weeks, who's wonderful. And so yeah, like talking to Andy and Barbara Muschietti, the producers and filmmakers behind the It movies who are doing this show, talking to the cast.
They made the Flash, right?
They made the Flash, and they made It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Like lovely people. Everybody's been great. All the cast we've spoken to have been awesome. The showrunners we've spoken to have been great. It's kind of great, man. It's
Bruh,
fun.
pull out your fucking iPhone next time and be like, boop, yo, Machete, what's going on with Brave and Bold? So you get us a little fucking scoopski.
I will.
I just want to wet my beak a little.
just a touch.
Yeah. Do they pay you for a gig like that? Do you get paid to? Are you fucking shitting me?
Money. Cash money, son.
How come I can't get any of that fucking sweet ass HBO Max cash money? I'll talk about whatever they want me to talk about.
But anything.
Don't they need an accompanying podcast for the comeback? I loved the comeback, the two that Lisa Kudrow did, and they're doing a new one coming up. So throw my hat in the ring for the comeback podcast. They're like, she's going to do it. I'm like, fuck.
I will. For every podcast I hear about, it's like, you know who'd love to do this? You know who loves Task? Kevin Smith.
Just honestly, I could fake my way through anything but sports. If they're like, will he do a boxing podcast? Be like, no.
He'll try.
Be like, this is how you'd be like, close the door. They're like, why? Like, just close the door. And they close the office door, and you'd be like, he's a soft boy. He don't know nothing about sports. He just he knows comics and Star Wars, not new Star Wars, but old Gen X Star Wars and shit. You don't want this guy talking boxing or sport of any kind.
Yeah. So like, how about
unless that sport is over collecting Bullwinkle things? He is not your athlete.
But no, it's been fun. It's been fun to do. Because and the show's pretty good. At this point now I've seen all of it.
You watched all of Welcome to Derry?
I've seen all of Welcome to Derry.
May I spoil something that I thought was cool? I watched the first episode, and I was deeply impressed. I'm not really a big It guy. I'm not against it by any stretch of the imagination, but I wasn't like, bring it on. Jennifer wanted to watch Welcome to Derry more than I did. And so I kind of went into it half interested, but then I was like, oh shit, I like what they're doing. What I really liked, spoilers, was one character being the young version of another Stephen King character that has nothing to do with it, but joins those two worlds together. And then they were in the books, right? As well. There was a connection.
There is in the It books. I mean, there's a lot of like intergenerational storytelling.
Yeah.
But and I think we can spoil it because it's out there in the
It's
world.
out there, I think, right?
So like Dick Halloran is not in the It books. But they were just like, you know what we can do? Let's tell the fucking story of younger Dick Halloran. And it's kind of fucking great.
So he wasn't in the It books, but was there reference to the world or something?
No, I mean,
is this the first time they're like crossing the stream?
It's the first time they're crossing those particular streams, and I think
they're building a Kingiverse.
I mean, there already is. They're tapping into the sweet Derry main vein.
Wow, man. I like that. So the one soldier character is meant to be young Dick Halloran, which is kind of dope because it's just like, ooh, no matter what he's done, evil and ghosts and fucking demons have surrounded his existence and shit.
Yeah.
And which makes sense because he can shine.
That's also true.
Right? So he'll see shit like young Danny that others won't necessarily see. So I honestly, like, that's where they kind of roped me in, where I was like, oh, you didn't tell me this was shining adjacent.
I just love that, like, and now every scene that Dick is in, I'm like, is somebody just going to axe him in the chest out of nowhere?
Oh my God, man. It's not even the axing. So, I mean, the axing is horrible enough, but it's Nicholson just going, ah, as he does it. It haunts me to this day. He just comes out from around that fucking pillar and he's like, ah, you're Dick Holler, and you got like, you're so confused by the shout that you can't see the axe coming the way you see other things and shit like that.
I mean, it is the most undignified death I've ever seen. Where like, dude is like fucking maxing and relaxing in Miami. The fucking sun's out. He's got naked black chicks on the wall behind him. Just fucking, he's lying on his. Oh shit, Danny needs me. Motherfucker gets on a plane, gets in a bobcat, drives to the snow, walks into that hotel to get axed in the chest.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long road for that, bruv.
Let me tell you, that room of his, total feng shui. He was at peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell he was at rest in that room because everything looked right with Kubrickian symmetry and shit.
One point perspective.
He gave it all up for a kid he met once.
Yeah. Once. One time. He walked him through a hotel.
One time. Thank you.
2 times.
2 times. That was for Dr. Sleep. Thank you. All right. So do you want to say anything about Welcome to Derry? You've seen the whole thing. We've only seen episode 1. When does episode 2 go up?
Tonight. So for all of you losers like us who are not out trick-or-treating, Welcome to Derry episode 2 and the second episode of the podcast are currently live for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Hey man, beef up those podcast numbers. Go listen to what's it called?
Welcome to Derry, the official podcast.
I personally went with thank you Derry much, the official but that's me.
That's you.
Go listen to it, beef up his numbers. But really, we need your listeners from that podcast to come up here and beef up our numbers.
Yeah, come on back. Come on
back. Speaking of HBO, Chair Company.
Haven't seen it yet.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. What is it? I keep hearing people talk about it, and I don't know what it is.
Spoilers. Here's the plot. Very simple. Guy sits down in front of a corporate meeting in a chair that breaks in front of everybody, and he becomes obsessed with tracking down the chair company. People respond. He just wants an apology. He just wants them to somehow make it right. And it falls down a rabbit hole of, near after hours, into the night proportions. Tim Robinson, who is that his name? Tim Robbins? Tim Robbins is, the actor. But this guy's also an actor. Tim Robinson.
Okay.
Fucking, the guy who does I Think You Should Leave Now.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Like this is, his sketch humor is great. And, sketches though are tight and you may revisit them, but he doesn't seem to beat his sketches into the ground SNL style. But still, sketches are kind of tight. So it's like, they did this movie Friendship where he was the lead with Paul Rudd. And it was like, can you maintain that type of cringe humor for, a whole story, like 2 hours in that case? In the instance of the Chair Company, it is like they've perfected it, where they're like, we've found how to use him perfectly. And I mean, he's involved in the making of it in a non-sketch oriented long form storytelling. And so far it's working great. It reminds me of, what was that Nathan For You show that he did on Showtime with Emma Stone.
Oh, right. Was it Showtime?
The Curse. It's like that in terms of its sensibility. And like, that was oddly fascinating to watch. This is even easier to consume than that was. And it's like, there's just enough fucked up, funny shit in it where every episode you're like, it's got a banger of a fucking soundtrack. Like, wonderful stuff. Everyone seems to like it too. I saw like they put up an ad and they had all these pull quotes from like really big outlets and shit like that. So yeah, it's worth a watch. I highly recommend it.
That's awesome. Can I tell you about a cool Stephen King adjacent thing
that
I discovered? There's a writer, a novelist, and a comic writer named Benjamin Percy,
Mhm.
who's written like X-Force and Wolverine and lots of Deadpool shit, lots of Predator versus things in the Marvel Universe stuff. Novelist also. He's doing this newsletter, I want to call it, called The End Times, that is positioned like it's a local penny saver, but that takes place at the end of the world. Like the apocalypse is on its way, and this is the end times, which is just a very small pamphlet of little like local stories about what's happening here on the end of the world. The conceit is super fun, but the thing that really got me interested in it was one of the contributors to this newspaper is named Claudia Inez Bachman, who is the wife of Richard Bachman, the late novelist Richard Bachman, which means that Stephen King is contributing to this newsletter, writing under the name of the widow of Richard Bachman. And if you're a fan of Stephen King, you know that Richard Bachman, author of the Bachman books, wrote Running Man, wrote The Long Walk. Like he was Stephen King's chief pseudonym for a very long time. And Stephen King killed him not too long ago. But now he's writing under his widow's name.
Adorable. I saw The Long Walk.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed it.
So did I.
Yeah, I thought it was well made. A lot of time as a filmmaker, I kept the whole time going, I wonder if this is cheaper or more expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, you do have to move a lot.
Yeah.
That's
There
essentially
are no
changing
sets.
locations all the time. And you can hide it, you know, you can pick a road and hide it to some degree, but like it felt like they moved around a lot. So I was like, I wonder if this movie was cheaper to make or more expensive because of it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting experience, and I was impressed with how much they stuck to the guns of we're going to show you these kids getting shot.
Oh, they did not shy away from the fucking gore, man. When those kids got shot, they did not cut away to watch people be like, no. They just
Yeah.
showed.
And like consistently, like the movie's never like, well, all right, we're in the second act, we're in the third act. They get it by now. Like it is never, they never let it off the hook. They never use off that gas. Um, and the cast is really strong. I love that David Johnson guy,
Mm.
the co-lead, the young black actor, who was also in Alien Romulus. I thought he was great. Um, but no, I was really impressed by it. And Mark Hamill is chewing all the scenery and having a really good time.
Yeah, he was. That was the other thing captured my imagination. I was like, he's putting on a voice the whole show.
Yeah.
Oh, kids, listen here. It's all like at a certain point, I was like, he doesn't talk like that. And then I was like, he's
Like,
an
I've
actor.
met that dude.
Yeah, I was like, why is he pretending that he talks in a way that he doesn't really talk? I forgot that he was a fucking actor for a minute. Yeah, that was good. I'm trying to think what else I saw that recently. I've watched a bunch. Um,
I haven't. I haven't. I've been a little out of the loop because I've been a little bit busy, but
I watched all of the current season of High Potential.
Mm.
Adorable. I'm current on Matlock. Continues to be a fucking strong show. I don't have to defend myself. It's an excellent show.
Love what you love, baby.
What else have I been watching? I mean, the Chair Company has been great. Yeah, nothing going on Disney Plus lately.
They
Oh, you
just
know what I've
dropped.
been watching? They're doing the Murdoch story yet again. The people guy who killed his whole family, the lawyer,
Right.
corrupt lawyer, and Patricia Arquette's in this one,
Gotcha.
playing Miss Maggie and stuff. That's been good, well made, but
Yeah. Like I'm now caught up on this most recent season of Only Murders in the Building, which I continue to like quite a bit.
season 6 is it? 5,
Five.
6? Where five?
Five. Yeah. Um,
Oh, people are saying in chat, talk about Peacemaker. I loved the whole season of Peacemaker. I mean, there was one or two slow episodes before we made the turn, but loved it. Thought it was great, and was disappointed when I heard he's not doing season 3. But we're not obtuse. Like, he's going to be able to continue the story of Peacemaker and Creature Commandos and the next Superman movie and probably Supergirl maybe and stuff. Because I read that they're doing about 2 weeks of reshoots on Supergirl.
Yeah, which I'm never surprised by it because at this point Marvel taught us they're not really reshoots, they're additional photography that they've always had scheduled and they always knew they were going to do it. So it's not as if movie's broken, we have to fix it. It's what did we think we missed that we can augment and we know we're going to do it. So it's not like Crisis. Somebody asked what I thought of Alien Earth. It was fine. It was fine. I am the most predisposed to loving an alien thing. And by the time it got to its finale, I was a little less than psyched by it. Very well made. Just meh.
On which one?
Alien Earth.
Oh, yeah, I checked out after the first episode on it. There's in chat, they're saying there's a Checkmate series, supposedly, Kev. So maybe that's the Peacemaker sequel is going to be Checkmate. They certainly set it up by the end of it and stuff. But I enjoyed the fuck out of Checkmate. James is firing on all cylinders. I loved the turn, the whole that fucking terrifying shot of what's her character's, Amanda Waller's kid.
Oh,
getting chased by the whole fucking town. Like, holy shit. It was good. I didn't see it coming. The internet did. A lot of people were like, this might be fucking, what is it, Earth X or something. But yeah, I thought that was a good old romp, man.
Nice.
Did you dig it? Did you see
I didn't see the end of it.
You still haven't watched it? Oh, shit. I don't want to spoil what happens, but it was good.
It's all good. I mean, that's the occupational hazard of being alive on the internet, which is if you don't watch a day of, it is what it is. Did you see the trailer for the new Stranger Things, the final season of Stranger Things?
I did not, but I've never seen the first season of Stranger Things. Tonight, Jennifer and I were talking about like, oh, maybe we'll start Stranger Things for the first time. But instead, we started a rewatch of Succession, which no regrets. It's been great.
The most noteworthy part of the trailer for the final season of Stranger Things is that the song that they use as the sound bed is "Who Wants to Live Forever" from Queen, off of the Highlander soundtrack.
Who wants to live forever? Who is this for?
Stranger Things.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's an 80s song. That's appropriate.
It is. And I love the unheralded Highlander soundtrack, which is among my favorites.
Yeah, I love that soundtrack. It's a kind of magic.
Don't lose your head.
Somebody asked in chat, the High Ground said, did I miss the Welcome to Derry talk? Yeah, we talked about it.
We did. All right.
Mark talked about the podcast that he's doing all the time.
No, I did. Pew pew.
John Haymaker says the Stranger Things kids must be in their 30s by now. I saw a picture of season 1 and this season, and they look like they're playing their parents now. Like Mean Dave says Linda Hamilton is in the new season. Well, you don't get more 80s than that.
You do not. Yeah.
Stanley says, watch it, Kev. It's a masterpiece. I will. I'm just been, I don't know what I'm waiting for.
Season 1 is fantastic.
A Marvel skater said, did you guys watch the Scream 7 trailer? There's a Scream 7 trailer?
It is. There is. I haven't seen it. I also haven't seen the last 3 Screams, maybe even the last 4 Screams, so it's somewhat lost on me.
Tree Bunny says, I saw Jay and Silent Bob reboot several times. Iron Bob is actually my favorite scene. Thanks. Thanks. Just drive by niceness. Fucking thanks.
You got
Poisonous Plants 15 says Frank Darabont is directing Epps in the new Stranger Things season. Matthew Maldonado points out wisely, and he's absolutely right, the 4:30 movie, last flick I made, kids, is free on Pluto TV. The Mark of a quality motion picture is it's free someplace. Pluto TV, man, you can watch. They're doing 4:30 movie and a bunch of my other flicks.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. I'm glad some people remember. Sometimes there's so much going on. Like Spoons just said, working on anything new, Kev? Like, yeah. And I wish I could talk about shit, but building things. I can say this much. I'm working on comics for the big two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not just Quick Stops comics, my own imprint at Secret Stash Press, published through the good folks at Dark Horse Comics. But I'm working on something with Andy McAlfish over at one of the big two. And I'm working with something with Eric Carrasco, our buddy, from amongst other things, Supergirl back in the day. On another one with the other of the big two. And both are very cool and very different. I got some comics work coming this year, kids. 2026 could be a bunch of mainstream comics work from me because I can't get hired to make a movie. No, I'm kidding. My movie did fall apart. I don't get hired to make a movie, but my movie did fall apart earlier this year, thanks to Canadian money wisely running for the hills. Yes. But it looks like things are coming together for us for the beginning of next year. So we got Jay and Silent Bob's Cruise Askew. Don't forget, on the high seas, man, go to Jay and Silent Bob's cruiseaskew.com to join us. And right after that cruise, we're going to be, looks like, knock wood, going before cameras again.
Very cool.
But until then, it's like, I've been just working on a book still for Simon Schuster. And I've been doing a lot of comic book writing and having a blast. The one thing that I just wrote for Marvel, the first of a 5-issue miniseries, one of my favorite comics I've ever written. I realized that at age 55, all my dad jokes fucking make me the perfect Spider-Man writer. Oh, it's so punny, dude. The first fucking issue is crazy punny. Like, and the Marvel editor folks were just like, it's fucking hysterical, dude. Like, you crammed like 96 puns per page and shit. So I've been having a good time. It's always good therapy to bury yourself in a world of your own making with somebody else's toys. And, and also my job's so easy, right? I just write a bunch of words. I was like, this is what happens. This is what happens. This guy says this and he stands here and he says this and then she says that. Someone else has to draw this shit. Yep. The guy that we're working with on the DC thing, which they haven't announced yet, so I'm not going to announce it here, it's fucking brilliant. Like, keeps like sending sketches and previewing what the work is going to look like as he kind of searches for the characters. And it's breathtaking to watch because he's like a once in a generation talent. And they haven't started drawing the Marvel thing yet, but they show me like, this is the guy who's going to draw it. And I was like, well, hey, wait a second, I'll pick. And then they sent me a link to his stuff. I was like, never mind.
Good enough. Here we go.
This cat's fantastic. So nice to be working at the big two. And then there's a fucking another thing that I'm doing I got 2 Marvel projects. And the other one is like just fucking nuts. Dream come true shit. So yeah, that's what I've been spending my time doing. Man, you working on television though, right? Is that what God of War is?
God of War, big ass live action TV show.
Is it like, when you say big, like live, is it like Game of Thrones?
Yeah. I mean, I don't
like it's a whole, it ain't like, I'm unfamiliar with the IP. It's not like set in our world, right? God of War just sounds very big and expensive.
Yeah, no, it's all Norse mythology. I'm not going to spoil a single thing when I say that like Thor is in this show, but not the Thor that you know.
And this is a game that people play on what? The
PlayStation.
PlayStation game?
Yeah, it's a big PlayStation title. There's been like 9 God of War games.
You'll have to forgive my absolute ignorance, kids, but it allows Mark the chance to explain.
It's quite all right.
Few of us in the audience who are like, boo.
But I mean, it's the story of, this guy named Kratos, who was the Greek god of war, a title he stole from Ares. And he did a bunch of bad shit in Greece and, eventually winds up on the shores of the Norse mythological universe, the nine realms, Midgard and Asgard and Niflheim and Anaheim. It's not Anaheim.
You're gonna
But
get a call from fucking Kevin Feige, my friend.
I mean, Kevin Feige can then get a call from mythology. um, but like it's this it's this big sweeping fucking epic story about a father trying to connect with his son amidst wars among the gods for the pettiest shit and some legitimate end of the world shit. So it's super fun. But yeah, Amazon and Sony are spending all the money. So it's going to be a fairly massive show, which I love doing. I love being in a writer's room. I love making that shit up. I'm working for Ron Moore, who did Battlestar Galactica and For All Mankind and Carnival and Outlander. And that dude is, a fucking legend in the business. He is among the very best ever to do it. So to get to learn how to make TV of this scale from a dude like that has been just fantastic. But I'm also doing some comic book shit because that is big in somebody else's. And so every now and again, I do want to work small and just for me. So I think I too will have some comic book shit out in 2026.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
When you're working for God of War,
Yeah. It pays pretty well, man.
right? Does it? That's good to hear, man. I mean, we live like every week I go out and sing for myself. I've been doing shows and whatnot. I got more shows coming up live, and until the end of the year, I'll be out every weekend doing something. And I'm thankful as fuck that I have a pivot that I can go make a living. Doesn't it feel good to have a fucking job, particularly right now?
Yo, like it is. And the crazy thing about it, trying to explain to my parents what I do for a living and how oddly random and almost seasonal it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working now, happy to be working now. There will come a time in the next 4 or 5 months where I'm not working and I don't know what the next job after that is. And so while I'm working and getting paid, it's phenomenal. There will be a time very shortly when I'm not working and like hustling for the next thing. And it, like you say, it's great to have a pivot. It's great to be able to say, hey, I can do these podcasts, I can write these comics, I can make short films, I can make long films, I can try to do as many things as possible. But it is now more than ever, it is rarefied fucking air to be employed, gainfully employed. It's rough out there in these streets.
That's awesome though, man. Congrats. That's a very cool thing. I'm glad to hear that it's a fucking like paying gig and stuff.
It is good money. It is good money.
All right, shall we dive into the news?
Let's do it, man.
Mark used to be a newsman. He's got a bunch of news stories, but I'm going to lead with one that, like, I don't know if he's got anything on, but we should talk about. The fuck, all of a sudden, Warner Brothers can be bought and shit. All of a sudden, Warner Brothers just up for sale. Like,
I didn't think you could do that.
Legacy media and the fucking landscape is ever changing, but who could have seen this one coming, man?
I mean, I thought that like when Paramount got bought by Skydance,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, that's the big weird one we're gonna get for these, decade. Like previously it was Disney buying Fox. Like, didn't think that this was the thing that was going to happen, but okay, I guess consolidation is somewhat inevitable. But Warner Brothers, though, Warner Brothers always seemed, for reasons I can't even really explain, a freestanding pillar of what Hollywood was.
Never mind, the whole, oh my God, there goes competition and the free market and stuff like that, because it just means there are fewer places to go sell your wares. I really, it makes me regret that we never made the Clerks cartoon movie I wanted to make 20 years ago. More than that, even. It was after they canceled the Clerks cartoon. Like, I wanted to do this Clerks cartoon movie where Dante and Randall like use the store security camera and enter in the film festival, and it becomes hailed, overly praised as a fucking like a work of genius cinema and shit. And Randall and Dante like get to travel the film festival circuit, and and this is going back 20 plus years. Steven Spielberg heard about it at the Omni Studio, and it was like a Uni Warner Para, Fox. So it was just they had all become one giant fucking studio, and it escalates to like Steven Spielberg sending a nuclear weapon to New Jersey because the film's getting too much praise and attention. But yeah, the one joke that would have been worth making a long time ago, because it feels like we're coming up on it pretty soon, is that just one studio in the world, one studio with many faces.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean,
Never thought we'd see this, man, but here we are.
it's I mean, and to a certain degree, like Warner Brothers has been bought by dumber people than whoever's about to buy it now. Like they got bought by AOL at one point. Um, I don't think anybody in the town wants this other than the current CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, David Zaslav, who seems to have done everything he possibly could to devalue a company to make it ripe for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I hope I hope it's not Skydance or Paramount who buys it. I mean, I hope nobody buys it, but somebody feels like it's going to. I hope it's Apple, you know, only because they have so much money they don't have to be swayed by any outside political forces to convert it or turn it into something that it's not. Um, Netflix wouldn't be bad either, although yeah, Netflix has always said we don't need theatrical business. We're fine doing what they do, but if you're going to buy Warner Brothers, part of it is because you want to be putting movies in theaters. Um, if Apple buys it, it's because they want a library. Apple doesn't have a library. Um, but yeah, man, it's getting weird out there in these streets.
Is it true they're making a Jetsons movie with Jim Carrey?
He last I saw, he is in negotiations to be George Jetson. Um,
Really?
which is both like cool, but also what? Like, does anybody under the age of 50 know who the Jetsons are, let alone something you're going to lob $100 million at?
That is kind of nuts. All right, so what do we think is going to happen?
Somebody's gonna buy it. Warner Brothers is probably too juicy a carrot to be dangled out there.
On the game says Netflix has too much debt already,
Yeah,
but they've been talking to banks. I heard. I read online.
yeah.
Apple TV. Evan Fowler says Apple TV is as close we have to a consistent HBO at this point. Um, yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
interesting times.
indeed. We are cursed to live in interesting times.
Armando Silvas Jr. says yes, and Robert Rodriguez is producing the Jetsons movie.
He was supposed to direct at some point because there had been a Jetsons in talks for at least a decade.
Oh, so that he's got his name still attached, probably.
Yeah, he's still part of that package.
Um, not to throw fucking your words back in your face, Mark. The high ground says, I'm 32 and I know the Jetsons. So your theory goes right out the fucking window, buddy.
Recanted.
Joe says, have you guys seen any Catwoman footage? What's that?
I don't know. Is there a Catwoman thing that we missed?
It's the first I'm hearing about it. Did they mean maybe Batgirl footage? I hear there's a possibility the Batgirl movie may be seen.
I mean, I never quite believed that Warner Brothers torched every version of that movie.
Hmm.
And I would bet you if the studio does get sold, somebody claws it back from Digital Armageddon and was like, hey, look, here's a fucking Batgirl movie, Batwoman movie that seems to have been pretty good. I'm 20 and I know the Jetsons, says Tippy Sue. My dad raised me right.
Pablo Prano says, I'm 41 and I know them. Chat has descended into who does and doesn't know the Jetsons. Incusac pointed out Jetsons were on Cartoon Network in the 90s.
It's fair. I mean, a lot of things were on Cartoon Network in the 90s that they ain't making movies out of, but that's all good.
Jane, his wife. Bung, 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 bung. A few Danny DeVitos for Mr. Spacely in the chat. Absolutely makes sense. All right, so Warner Brothers may go away, kids, or not go away. It just may become a brand for somebody else. It's just nuts. The same way that now you can't go to Hulu, right? Now it's just a little section at Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hulu at the moment is still an actual company.
Yeah.
For how long, I don't know. They phased out their own, I think, specific discrete app, and they are now a tile on Disney Plus. Whether or not there's still a place to buy stuff, that remains to be seen.
Banta the Young says, "Deliver Me from Nowhere." Was beautifully made, and the acting is Jeff's kiss. That would be the Bruce Springsteen movie. Playing at Smodcastle Cinemas, kids, where the movies come to play. You can go see that too, as well. See a movie about a Jersey legend in a Jersey movie theater. Incusac says, "I miss Kids WB." Brother, we didn't know how good we had it. I wasn't even a fucking kid. But you just thought it would go on forever. Why would anything change? And then you remember that things change.
That is the peril of growing up, is we never really embraced the things that were good when we had it.
No, took it for granted. I gave my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. Here we are back where the song is not even appropriate for the situation. I guess TV would be like, I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough.
Yes. I am just right now in my heart of hearts. I'm driving away from a party in which the girl that I love is sleeping with the dude who fucked her over.
There's my brother from another mother right there, kids, referencing the late, great Last American Virgin. One of the darkest cautionary tales, teen titty films of our youth.
That movie ends with a dude about to drive off a fucking cliff.
Never mind that. That movie, like maybe 20 minutes, maybe 15 from the ending, has a girl laying back on a table with an abortion and a vacuum going.
Yep.
Like, that was fucking nuts. When I was a kid, I was like, is that what the priest is so mad about? That's what it looks like. Like, this is what they rail against every Sunday in church. Man, that movie, based on an Israeli film called Lollipop film series.
Really?
Yeah. And it was a hit over in Israel. And so they brought it over here, the same producers, I believe the same director, and made the American version. And instead of calling it Lollipop or whatever the fuck it was called, they called it The Last American Virgin.
Yes.
But famously, it does end with that song. After my man takes care of the girl who he loves and, who his friend rejected because she got pregnant and shit. And you think it's going to work out for him. She gets her a ring, for God's sakes, man. And he gets to the party, and there she is making out with his piece of shit friend.
Was the piece of shit friend the same dude who played Styles in Teen Wolf?
I think not Styles. He is the same guy who was like, Andy, you Goonie. His name is Steve Anton. He was in the Goonies. He was the guy that gave his jacket. Andy like puts the jacket on the thing, comes up to him and shit. He became a director. He directed a movie called Inside Monkey Zetterland at one point. But he was the piece of shit friend. And the piece of shit friend is there making out with the girl. And the girl, remember that haunting look she just gives him where she's just like, what are you going to do? And my man turns, leaves, gets in his fucking pink pizza delivery station wagon and just drives until the fucking credits roll. Like, haunting as a teenager. You're like, what do you mean? There's no happy ending? Like the Bad News Bears taught us in 76. Some shit don't work out, man. And that song, just once, can we figure out what we keep doing wrong? Why the good times never last for long? Where are we going wrong? God, I wish I had a deeper voice.
Bring it down, bring it down.
I was gonna tell you to take it, but that felt mildly racist to be like, you can go deeper, right? So I figured I'd hold on to it.
Be the blackest guy ever, Barry White.
Yeah, I was like, well, I can't get that deep, but Mark, historically a black man can. Take it, Mark.
Let's go.
I was right. You know what? It may be a little racist, but I was right.
Sometimes.
These two things can be true at the same time.
That's why they call them stereotypes.
You're here with a couple stereotypes on Halloween, kids. That's right. It's a Halloween edition. Still Halloween here on the West Coast. It's all done. Fucking November 1st on the East Coast. Everybody praying to God the fucking snap is funded. But here, 10:30 in Los Angeles, man. So it's still Halloween. Trick or treat, kids. As per usual, nobody came to my house because it looks like it's fucking haunted. No, because we're at the top of a very long hill. However, our neighbors have 3 girls, and they dutifully come every year. I think at their mother's behest, like, please, go knock on their door. And we gave out, like, we get literally, I'm not even fucking bullshit. Nobody come except for the 3 kids who live across the street. So we get like the gigantic ass fucking bars to give out, man, because we ain't giving out like much. So we were like, might as well shoot our wad. I mean, that's a horrible thing to say, giving somebody's children candy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, get them the big ones, man. So I was not, I didn't get to engage much with Halloween.
I feel like those kids down the block are masquerading sort of a wellness check for trick-or-treating. Like, let's go see if those folks are okay in there. Go knock on the door. Put on your costume. I don't give a shit. Put on the costume. Ring the bell.
Pernille, my artist friend.
Yes.
Who did, Hit Girl with me. She just did a recent cover for Quick Stop's Volume 3, Issue 2, the Shannon Doherty tribute issue. And she said that, like, a couple years ago, or last year, she goes to a place in Glendale. She's like, where it's just Kids Central. And she goes to a friend's house and they post up on the porch and they just hold up like 9.0, 10.0 for all the costumes that walk past.
I ran into Pernille.
Where'd you see her? Did you go to that expo?
I went to the Lightbox Expo.
You went to the expo?
I did over the weekend.
Did you see her booth? She had like all the stickers set up.
I did. She's a fucking baller in that.
Yeah, she does, man. She's a hustler.
She's great.
She's working on a project. I can't even say what it is, but it's like a cool dream project for her.
That's awesome.
She gets a lot of mainstream work now, you know?
She does. I mean, she's doing a bunch of character design work and lots of animation.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Going to that convention, which the Lightbox Expo is in Pasadena every year, that seems to be devoted almost entirely to animation. And so almost everybody who's set up both as a vendor booth and as a exhibition booth, company side, personal side, is all about animation. And I have never quite seen as dense a population of amazing fucking artists as one does walking through Lightbox. And so to see Pernille, who I've apparently been mispronouncing her name the entire time that I've known her, is just wonderful. She's incredibly lovely and wicked talented.
Yeah, I adore her. One of my favorite artists on the planet. In chat, Marvel Skater asks, any thoughts on the new Absolute Batman comic? That would be Batman versus the KKK. I haven't seen it yet. I heard about it online, but I have not seen it yet. So.
I've seen some pages of it, but I haven't read it.
Seems to be the book of the week, to say the least. And also, DCKO sold out. Was that last week or this week? It sold out, and they're going to a second printing already.
Yeah, I think
it's good news for the comic book business right there.
Was it Daniel Warren Johnson, who did it's Batman, Absolute Batman Annual.
He's the artist.
He's the artist of the annual. I think Nick Dragata is the artist of the regular book that Scott Snyder writes.
Right.
But yeah, apparently it is just literally Batman versus both the KKK and also ICE and police. And You know, it's like a Rage Against the Machine song come to life. Those that work farces are also the ones who burn crosses.
Ain't no loser there, man.
Not at all. Not like us, the losers.
Um, so I look forward to checking that out. El Grin in chat says Clerks 3 sucks. Fucking welcome back from 2022. Just catching up now, finger on the pulsey. I love that movie. And enough people loved it that I'm cool with you saying you didn't like it. Thanks for trying it. Now, JC, promptly throw that idiot out of my chat. I'm kidding. People are allowed to not like fucking movies. I fucking loved it. Fucking loved it, man. I jizz thinking about Clerks 3. I'm happy with what happened to Dante. Where shall we go, Mark?
Let's talk about the one of the more mystifying decisions that I've heard in a while. Adam Driver, he of lots of things, Oscar nominated, veteran of the Star Wars universe, once upon a time played the son of Han Solo and Leia Organa, Ben Solo, teamed up with screenwriter Scott Burns and director Steven Soderbergh, and the three of them pitched to Disney The Hunt for Ben Solo, a standalone sort of post directy sequel to The Rise of Skywalker.
I'm sorry. Did he didn't die at the end of that movie?
Oh, he did, but it's also science fiction. In which case
they could have brought him back and shit.
I mean, they brought Spock back, and we saw that motherfucker just burn off in the sun of Star Trek 2.
You're absolutely right, but I would make the argument that they earned bringing Spock back. You talk about a character who's been part of pop culture history for like 30 years by the time they were like, yeah, we were kidding. We're going to bring him back. And they did it in a plot that made absolute sense and stuff. Sure. I'm not saying they couldn't have done that with Ben Solo, but he ain't got that many years under his belt where I think everyone would be like, all right, we'll overlook the fact that he died and came back.
I mean, I have to assume that they had at least a strong enough suggestion for how that could happen that Steven Soderbergh was like, yeah, all right, I buy it. And I don't even like Star Wars. But I remain flummoxed that particular team can show up and get like Kathleen Kennedy's sign off, can get Dave Filoni's sign off, can get everybody's sign off until you get all the way up to Bob Iger, who was like, no. Yeah, according to Adam Driver, he says, I was always interested in doing another Star Wars, and I'd be talking about another one since 2021. Kathleen Kennedy had reached out and said, with a great director and a great story, I'd be there in a second. They presented the script to Lucasfilm. They loved the idea. They totally understood our angle and why we were doing it. Then they took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, who run Disney, and they said no. They didn't see how Ben Solo was alive, and that was that. I mean, okay, sure, but also, what?
Everyone in chat keeps saying Adam Driver is supposed to be doing the Ocean's 11 prequel. Who would he be playing? Is he meant to be a young George Clooney or something?
I don't know.
Matt DeMarco says Adam Driver's Scorsese movie was good.
Which one?
I don't know.
Silence? Was that the one that he was in?
Was he in that one?
I know it was Andrew Garfield was the lead, but
Poisonous Plants 15 in chat says David Fincher also had a Star Wars film greenlit, but they wouldn't give him final cut, so he walked.
Yeah, Raul Thomas in chat was like, only somehow Palpatine returned. They were cool with that happening, but they're not cool with Ben Solo coming back.
Brian Bashman goes, nobody's looking for Ben Solo.
Let it go.
Wow. Well, look at that. Tommy says Disney is scared. And first off, I'm impressed that Tommy just has Tommy. No number, no appellation next to it. Well done, Tommy. The OG Tommy. He says Disney is scared of Star Wars. I don't know if they're scared of Star Wars, but I think they're realizing that they've alienated a lot of young male viewers. And that's not something I came to the conclusion of. I believe I read that online someplace, where they were like, "Oh my God, we're hemorrhaging young men."
How do we get boys?
Sounds horrible, but that's Hollywood. They also, I think I also heard this from, not this specific in relation to Disney and Star Wars. I read that online, but I heard in the real world that Disney was in a buy-in mood, and it was IP that was YA oriented, and it was IP that was not theirs. They were interested in.
Yeah. They wanted original IP, which is not a phrase. It's just pitch me a new thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Original IP is anathema. I mean, what is it? Like, what are those
Paradox?
two? That's, yeah. I mean, like one cancels out the other. But yeah, like that's good news though. It's always a good sign when any buying is being done.
Hell yeah.
But what they're buying is young adult stuff. They're realizing that, like, oh my God, we're losing them with what we did. So let's try something else.
Yeah.
And that's not me like going, jumping on the fucking Star Wars hate parade that a lot of people seem to have. If I watched a thing that didn't grab my attention, I didn't stick with it and stuff, but it didn't make me go like, they ruined Star Wars. It's just not, that one wasn't for me, I guess.
Yeah. Which is also fine. Like most things, it turns out, are not for me.
I mean, we got lucky, man, because think about it. When our parents were our age, ain't nobody was trying to like, hey, man, fucking remember your childhood and shit like that. Nobody's trying to sell them nostalgia and sentimentality. Maybe, I guess, with the oldies and fucking Happy Days to some degree, American Graffiti, there's a bit of that. But generally speaking, it feels like somewhere around the 70s, they figured out how to make money off this fucking nostalgia thing, off of people pining for their youth. I mean, well, shit, if you believe Mad Men, Don Draper, remember with the carousel episode?
Mm-hmm.
That was all about nostalgia and shit. Or the one episode where he was talking about, like he said something about, he goes, like teenagers are, the most sentimental fucking like people on the planet. He's like, have you listened to their music? Yeah, man. Now that's the economy is built on. We'll remember it for you wholesale.
Yeah.
We'll sell your
sentimentality. It was always a thing. I mean, Norman Rockwell's entire career was based on repackaging the past for you in the present, but there weren't as many revenue streams, right? So, like, if you're making a movie, every movie you made only had one place to put it, and that was in theaters. Some of them would end up on TV, but it's not as if there was merchandising for fucking Gone with the Wind. It's not like there was a bunch of ancillary profits coming out of The Music Man. It was just, we made this movie, we hope you like this movie. But now it's, how can we get lots of money from you based on the one thing? How can we sell it to you as a movie, as a TV show, as clothing, as posters and dolls and all of it? Like that.
How do you keep the music playing? That's all it is. It's about keeping the story going, man.
Yeah. So we can make you pay for it.
Hey, Banff man, hold that thought. Brian Bashman says in chat, Tarantino would never do anything for Disney and certainly would never sell them anything. Well, Brian, Pulp Fiction was released by Miramax, which was owned by, wait for it, the Walt Disney Company. So was Jackie Brown. So was Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. I believe they also came out via Miramax before they jumped over to, before the Weinstein Company began. So more of Quentin's movies, I think, have been released by Disney than not. And Disney still owns those movies to this day. So it's factually inaccurate to say Tarantino would never do anything for Disney. He already did. I hate to be that guy. But I was there, bro. It was the 90s, and I witnessed the whole thing. Just the Quentin part. just to be
a conversation that Kevin and I have on like a park bench, or a parking lot. Like, tell me the secret. I was there. I saw what they did in Nicaragua.
Matt DeMarco in chat says it's so neat seeing Chasing Amy on the stands. That's right, kids. If you go to a LCS, a local comic shop, and get Quick Stops volume 3, issue 1, it looks like the Chasing Amy cover in the movie, from the movie and stuff. And it also tells the whole story. It does. Chasing Amy, like in that movie, we only showed the cover of his comic book, the comic book Holden gives to Alyssa at the end of the movie, and the last page of the comic. So me and John Sprengelmeyer did the whole book, and he did it in all red style, which is Holden and Banky style, or Holden and Banky style, which is all Michael Allred style. So it's a pretty cool like read if you're into the Views universe. But it also looks like a prop because inside it says written and drawn by Holden McNeil and shit like that. Anyway, somebody said that in chat and they reminded me. Thank you for reminding me.
What's up, Batman?
I was just going to say, speaking of nostalgia, you mentioned American Graffiti, which takes place in 1962, was released in 1975. So if we were to do a nostalgia movie like American Graffiti, we'd be talking about 2012.
For what?
Back to golf.
Like what? Like think about the difference between 1962 and 1975 culturally. And now think about the difference between today and 2012, which is like, I don't know, it was the same. I mean, I think I was still sitting here doing podcasts with you in 2012. That's how much has changed.
Isn't that nuts? Poisonous Plants 15 says, didn't Tarantino sue Disney over them taking Once Upon a Time theater showings from him?
I don't.
Maybe, but that was years later.
Speaking of Disney,
yes,
they did not have a good time of it with Tron Aries.
Oh man,
it was
when is Disney gonna learn, man? They keep trying Tron. I think the message of Tron Aries is stop trying Tron. Like 3 big bites at the apple, each one more expensive than the last.
Yeah,
sure. Disney's like, fuck you. You keep trying Clerks. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And apparently, somebody in chat earlier today hated it. That's my Tron Aries. I'll have to carry that cross for the rest of my life.
However, Clerks has never once cost you $220 million to make.
And it made, but let's be honest, Mark, it made back 440 million.
No. Yeah, it seems like it's got a worldwide total gross as of Sunday. We'll see what happens this weekend, but I can't expect much, of $103 million. It is probably going to lose somewhere in the neighborhood of 130 million after everything comes together.
Wow. I haven't seen the last 2 Trons. I did look forward to. I did a panel. I saw a lot of scenes from the new Tron for the San Diego Comic-Con, and I thought it looked good. I read a review online, not a review, but somebody was like, look, man, it's just like if you go in hoping for like a almost 2-hour 9 Inch Nails music video and just fucking vibe out, you're gonna have a good time. That's not my review. That's a review I fucking read. And I will say, when they showed the clips in the San Diego Comic-Con room, that 9 Inch Nails music was just, I hate to try to sound young, but fire, Mark. Absolute fire.
I mean, if it cost $220 million, give or take, and then they seem to have spent about $100 million in advertising it, including like the stunts at San Diego Comic-Con, fucking 9 Inch Nails laser light concert at the Hollywood premiere, which shut down Hollywood Boulevard. Like, they spend all the money in the world to try to sell a thing to people that they didn't seem to want. And they are reaping the anti-benefits of all of that.
I hate to go back in time, but Brian, why are you saying that was before the Hateful Eight when they wouldn't let him play his movie at the Cinerama Dome? Kept again, it doesn't matter. The point is, he worked for Miramax. You're like, he would never, but he did. So it doesn't matter what happened later. Most of the movies he made were released by Miramax/Disney. So the thesis of he would never work for Disney, that's what I was. It's okay to be wrong, bro. Like it's not like the whole world's not coming after you for it, but I will if I keep reading these comments in the chat where I'm like, why are you parsing out that this has nothing to do what happened later? Point is, he has worked for Disney. And
canceled his Star Trek project over the dispute with Disney. None of those words in that sentence make sense.
And also not true.
Even
yeah, he was. He was never even talking about directing the Star Wars movie, the Star Trek movies, much as writing it. Anyway,
anywho,
Rachel Nicole says, "Kev, you are young." What? I am.
Heartache to heartache, you stand. No promises, no demands.
Love it. Love is a battlefield. Oh, 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 oh. We are strong. Joshua Paul Perkins keeps saying, "Say his fucking name, Kevin." Whose name? Some people have like chats with themselves and they think I'm paying like close attention. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hop Hayes says, "Kevin, thoughts on Del Toro's Frankenstein? Did it happen yet?"
It's in select theaters. It's at the Egyptian.
You can't watch it at home yet, though.
November 7th is the Netflix debut. But I do kind of want to go to the Egyptian and see it. I'd like to see it on the big screen. I'd like to see it in.
Let's go to the Egyptian.
Indeed.
Let's go to the Egyptian. Poisonous Plants 15 says, "Both you guys look 10 years younger than you are." Do we? We look like we're in our mid-40s?
I mean, I certainly don't feel it, but thanks.
Yeah, fucking it's getting harder to wake up in the mornings. I'm like, oh, my back. Russ Saylor says this turned into a Kevin Smith concert. Any chance I get to fucking belt Benatar out at the top of my lungs? You better believe it's going to happen. We're running with the shadows of the night. Can't believe that's instead of hit me with your best shot. Team Dreg says, "Don't we all work for Disney?"
Yeah.
Getting there.
Pretty close.
Getting there. Hey, are you one of these people that's like, I'm canceling Spotify?
No.
Why not? Or why? Or I haven't been following the story. Why are we supposed to or not supposed to? What's the deal here?
I don't really know.
Banff, man, you in on this at all?
Banff. I think the CEO or president or somebody high up puts money in political pockets that maybe people
I'm not laughing
with.
or smiling at you. I'm in chat. Mike Gallagher goes, "Sing Freebird, Kevin." Don't be fucking silly. If I leave here tomorrow, would you remember me? 'Cause I'm as free as these nuts now. And these nuts have got to hang. Back to you, JC. Finish your story.
Yeah, so I just think people putting money in politics that certain people disagree with.
Fair.
So it's a political thing.
I think it's a political thing. Since we're talking about music, I cannot sing at all. So at night, when I put my 4-year-old to bed, I play her music from Spotify, and I had My Chemical Romance on there, and because I added Black Parade to the soundtrack at the bar, and she saw the cover of the album, and she's like, "I want to listen to that one with the boy and the girl on it," and it was Helena. And so I was like, I don't know if that's really a bedtime song. She's like, "Oh, let's just listen to it." So I put it on, and she starts headbanging and tapping her foot in bed. And I'm like, "Oh, do you like this?" She goes, I want to hear all their stuff, Dad.
How old is she now?
4.
I mean, fucking, like, you can't argue with results, man. They write some banger fucking songs,
Yeah.
and that
Dad?
song is like, I don't know anybody who doesn't like love "Welcome to the Black Parade." It's just an anthem.
I love that it's like, Dad, I want to run through a wall.
Yeah,
Give me the
basically.
rest of this album.
Yeah,
She was telling Jen about it the next morning. She's like, the song with the 2 boy and the girl on the cover. She's like, what is that? I was like, oh, it's My Chemical Romance. She's like, we're like a year away from just thick black eyeliner and goth for the rest of her life, aren't we? And I was like, probably.
Joshua Paul Perkins said, in chat, I do everything for free. Apparently, you parsed my life for your stories that were only made so I didn't murder everyone. JC, we have an interesting character in the chat. He says, I said it, I meant it.
Oh my.
I don't know what he's talking about, but that sounds
Troubling.
doesn't sound like a world I'm very familiar with. Kev, sing some Steely Dan, says F. Kusuma. Or Eagles. Oh, fuck. What was a song I just found out recently was Eagles, and I had no idea.
Baby Got Back.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Glenn Frey nailed it.
That dude likes ass.
It was a song. I gotta look it up on my Spotify. Let me see. Recent searches, because I looked up with my wife and I was like, can you believe this is a fucking Eagles song? Shake Your Rump. No.
My neck, my back.
I forget which one it was, man. God damn it. Otherwise I'd try to sing that.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Sing 9 Inch Nails, says Jose Munster. I don't even know if I could.
I want to fuck you like an animal.
No, was that them?
Yeah. I want to touch you from the inside. Closer. Yeah. 9 Inch Nails.
I can't pull that off.
I want to fuck you like an animal.
Mark, you can pull it off. Now go deep.
I want to touch you from the inside. Suddenly becomes like a prison ant.
Are we allowed to sing, or will we get flagged?
I think if we were really good, I think YouTube,
if you were good at it,
take some of our like monetization and kick fractions of pennies back to the artists. Like if you upload a sizzle reel using somebody else's music, it flags it, and then we'll monetize. They'll send the money to that person.
But there is like a fair use limit, right? And we could do fair
you get to sing a line or
15
two, right?
seconds, right?
Yeah.
And if we review it, then it's considered a review. So next time I sing, both of you review my performance so that we don't get flagged.
You could do hurt myself today.
I hurt myself today. That was me doing the Johnny Cash version.
Which, well done.
Thank you very much. You picked it up right away, right?
Right away.
Russ Saylor says best show ever because Russ loves show tunes. So we're gonna move over to one singular sensation.
Put a little Broadway sizzle on that. Singular. It's really just Jim J. Bullock.
Singular sensation. Oh,
Wyatt,
Monroe.
Wyatt Russell, which is awesome that he's tuning into the show. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Wyatt.
The Wyatt Russell?
Probably not. It's probably an impersonator. But he asked if karaoke's illegal. But no, you have to pay. Like, we have to pay a licensing fee to do karaoke at the bar. We have to pay like it's like
serious?
BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, and there's like 2 new ones that you have to pay. It's like each one's like $800 to $1,200 a year based on how many, the capacity of your bar and how often you do karaoke.
Sites obscene in chat says, Kevin, it's now been 37 months, seriously, since we first scheduled an interview for my docu-series. 2 times canceled, and Jordan Monsanto hasn't answered my emails in a year. Send her another email and I'll tell her to be on the lookout for it. How's that?
There we go.
Do some Grease tunes. I got chills, they're multiplying. I don't even know if that's from the. No, it's not. They didn't even sing that in the musical version.
Yeah, it's just
That's only for the. Yeah, that's for the movie. Just like the opening song, "Grease is the word." That wasn't in the fucking play.
Bullshit.
The play starts with like singing the Rydell High School anthem.
Tell me more. Did she put up a fight?
That happens. Yeah, that fucking song. But in the play, as I've said many times over the course of my life, and one day I'll die, Mark, and I won't ever have to say this shit again. But here we go. In the play, Grease, or as we called it in high school, the Grease play, Kenickie, the buddy of Danny Zuko, sings Grease Lightning, not Danny Zuko. In the movie, John Travolta famously sings Grease Lightning while Kenickie does backup and shit, played by Taxi's Jeff Conaway. And that's not the way it was on Broadway. They just changed it for the movie. You know why? Movies are bullshit. Because I don't know if you noticed this or not, Mark, but those teenagers at Rydell, like 35 years old.
Were they teenagers on the Broadway musical?
You think I saw that shit? It was the 70s.
It's like, plays are bullshit.
Plays are bullshit. No, man, I believe they had a teenage cast. The way they cast little kids in Annie, I think they had an all teenage cast on Green. No, you're right. It was adults playing teenagers. But to be fair, Hunt's Hall played a teenager his entire fucking life. He was one of the Bowery boys. And he remained a Bowery boy with the goofy hat and stuff like that and talking like, oh, geez, over there. Like, till he left this best of all possible worlds. Yeah. So I'm living a Hunt's Hall life. You see this backwards baseball cap? You see the secondary layer / coat? As a child, I saw Hunt's Hall and I said, that's how I want to live. One guy forever. I said, I want to live a Gilligan life, I says. And so
What's
far,
up,
so good.
Kids?
I always wanted to be a cross between Gilligan and the Skipper. And that's what I think I am.
So, Marianne.
And the rest. She don't get a name in season 1 or 2. That don't happen till later.
I feel like,
and the rest.
I feel like we've lost the thread, but I also don't really want to find the thread. So I'm good.
Me and Dave says, do I'm all right from Caddyshack while dancing like the gopher. Fuck you. I'm all right.
Fuck you, Penny.
Don't nobody worry about me. I mean, that was a fucking hell of a challenge. I had to take that. It wasn't a fuck you. I was mad. I was like, fuck you. That's delicious.
Bev.
Hey, what up?
When I was in college, in, I don't know, 2000, the pharmacy across the street from campus had one of those dancing gophers. You'd push the button and it would dance and sing the song. And it had a whole end cap full of them. And I would go over there, just hit all the buttons. So that all the gophers danced and sang over and over again. Because that's
how do you handle elevators? You're the kind of prick that's like,
of course he is.
No, because elevators don't sing and dance and
maybe not
chatter.
To you. A well-maintained elevator sings, my friend. That's adorable, man. They're all dancing. They're all doing the.
Yeah, it was fun.
Members dance at the end. Belly first.
Too young to drink, too poor to do anything else. That was
Jenny. Go ahead.
Oh, it was just what we did.
Fair enough. Jenny Aguilar Mickelson says it's my 11-year wedding anniversary today. Congrats, man. 1 hour left. She's been milking it all day, she said. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. What cartoon is that?
I don't even fucking know.
I mean, it's clearly a Looney Tune.
Flintstones, I believe.
Was it? Somebody in the chat, tell us which one that is. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. For some reason, I see it as a merry melody, but
Pretty sure it's Flintstones.
I remember Flintstones is "Here we come on the run with a burger on a bun and a side of Coke and a Coke and fries on the side."
Oh, it's from the Flints.
Is it from the Flintstones?
Oh, I'm just asking if that song you just sang was a Flintstone.
That is definitely from the Flintstones.
They were advertising fucking Coke in the middle of the Flintstones?
I mean, Coke was the like fucking just word for soda for so long, right?
Rocks for soda.
Like the way Band-Aid is the word for adhesive strips, the way Jello is the word for gelatin.
Ooh.
Xerox.
Strips.
Banta the Young says it is Flintstones, the happy anniversary. Yeah. Yeah.
Red Boy is also absolutely Flintstones.
Yeah, he said absolutely Flintstones. What? When?
Let's see.
When?
The Flints.
Hoppe says, "Hey
Flintstones
Kev, what's going on with Smodcastle? Is it still a thing? Need to bring back the crew." It is still a thing. I'm going there this weekend, and I'll be there November 21st for the opening of Wicked.
Nice.
Watch Wicked 2 with me and sing along. All right, so wait, go ahead, JC. Did we pull
Happy Anniversary is a song of the episode The Hot Piano, featured in the first season of the original series, The Flintstones, sung to the tune of March of the Swiss Soldiers from William Tell.
Travis
40
says, "Definitely Flintstones. I'm watching the clip." Wow, man. With a gun to my head, I would have been like, "That was Bugs Bunny, you pricks."
I'm 44 and I know about the Flintstones and the Jetsons.
Everyone's bragging about their ages tonight. I'm this old and I know that shit.
I'm this old and I know old shit too. Fine. Congrats. Welcome to the party.
Kill Josh Petrino said, "Kev, iHorror, which is a website, interviewed Jess," that's his fiance, produced with Jess, "and I about our engagement." They got engaged. They got engaged at Universal Studios in front of Art the Clown. Art the Clown helped him get engaged. And they did plenty of shameless promos for Smodcastle Cinemas. We learned from the best. Why, thank you. Thank you, Josh. Smodcastle Cinemas, kids, where the movies come to play.
I think I'm going to skip some of this comics news, which is basically just 3 comic books that have been ordered to become TV projects. Jason Adams' Southern Bastards. That was an Image book, is coming to Hulu.
Nice.
Let's see. Black Hole, the Charles Burns graphic novel, is coming to Netflix.
Nice.
And Mark Guggenheim's Last Flight Out miniseries for Dark Horse is going to be an Apple TV movie. And yeah, and the last bit of news we had was the as happens all too often these days on this show, is a bidding farewell to a legend. The great and wonderful Drew Struzan passed away.
It's true. It's true. We lost a legend, kids. He'd been sick for a red hot minute, but boy, oh boy, before, poor health and, age took him down, as it will take all of us eventually, if we're lucky. You're talking about an absolute genius, maestro in his field. Very rarely do you get to see true brilliance at work, let alone touch the hem. And Drew Struzan, who created our childhood for us, usually the introductory image to a movie we would wind up loving with our whole heart and soul was a Drew Struzan poster. And I was lucky enough to get him to do the poster for Mallrats back in 1995. And movie didn't do well, but that poster lives forever. Movie eventually found its audience, but that poster, nobody ever said an unkind word about that poster. And then about 10, maybe 12, 15 years after Mallrats, somebody was like, "Hey, Struzan is selling the Mallrats painting." And I was like, "Oh my God." and I bought it for $30,000, which at that point was like, oh my God, it's a lot of money. But I was like, oh my God, it's the original painting. Like it looks exactly like the Mallrats poster, minus all the titles and shit. So it hangs at Smodcastle Cinemas. If you go to Smodcastle Cinemas, right there in the lobby before you go into Theater One or bank off to the other 4 theaters, you can see the actual Drew Struzan original. And you can see pictures of Drew Struzan originals online, but if you want to see one up close and look at the brush strokes, I encourage you to come out to Smodcastle Cinemas. You ain't even got to pay to see a movie to come look at the Struzan. You just walk in the lobby and appreciate something that fucking beautiful. It hung in my house for decade plus and whatnot. And then when we got Smodcastle Cinemas, I was like, no better place to hang this masterpiece than in a movie theater where people can see it on the regular. What a powerful talent.
Yeah.
What, and again, the doorway to imagination. For those of us who were kids, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have, we just started getting cable TV. So you couldn't get bombarded by or, oversaturated with the movie. And generally there was just one image that captured it all, which would be the poster. And he painted so many gorgeous posters. Think about the poster for The Thing.
Yeah. Which apparently was done with no knowledge of what the actual thing was.
I mean,
like it was like they didn't screen the movie for him. It's science fiction that takes place in the cold. That's all we got. Go. And that's the poster we got from that minimal brief. It's remarkable.
Stanley said you should have gotten a deal on the art. I did.
Trust me.
I really, really did. Banta the Young says Smodcastle Cinemas has a whole hallway full of nice posters. It really does. But that Struzan. So we lost a great one. My heart goes out to his family. But those of us who lived while he practiced his art will never forget what he brought to the medium, how he changed the medium, influenced the medium, turned movie posters into an art form for a lot of us. But we're, even though we were lucky enough to see him work in our lifetime, his work's going to outlive all of us. People will be looking at his posters for the films that he covered for years after they'll stop even talking about the movies themselves.
Yeah.
We live in a world of tiles, and a lot of those tiles on all those streamers feature artwork, poster artwork. And so his artwork will live forever. I'm sure it's hanging in some museums other than Smodcastle, which is a museum.
There's a great quote from an interview that he did with Slash Film saying that telling the story in a poster is wrong for a movie. I wasn't looking to tell a story. I'm looking to give a person a feeling of something they could hope for. I design a composition that is open-ended, not closed-ended, saying this is what you have to think about this. Open-ended means the viewer explores the subject from their point of view, and I love it when that happens. It's really wonderful.
It's a great quote. Absolute legend. A big bucket of win, huge bucket of win, as we used to say on Hollywood Babylon. Here we'll just say, rest in power, genius.
Indeed.
Lucky to have crossed paths with his work. Lucky to have crossed paths with him professionally. Even luckier to have crossed paths with him professionally. Lord Mooby says AI will be ripping them off in no time. You're sadly so right.
Yeah, already is, I'm sure.
Glenn Alexander points out, rest in peace, June Lockhart.
Aww.
America's mom for a long time before my childhood began. She was the mom on Lassie and the Mother Robinson on
Swiss
Lost
Family?
in Space. Yeah.
Oh.
Will Robinson's fucking mother, bro. Danger, Will Robinson. That kid's mother.
Aww.
June Lockhart. Also the mom on Lassie and shit. Legend. Huge. Lived to be 100 years old.
That's fucking awesome.
She outlived a lot of her audience. Almost all of her fucking co-stars and stuff. Bill Mummy's like, hey. I said almost.
Right here.
Yeah. Hey.
Cut me some slack.
I think it wasn't Veronica Cartwright also in. Was she in Lost in Space? She's still around too. I saw her recently, like on a Q&A panel with somebody. What else we got? I'm pouring one out for Drew. Drew who? Oh, Drew Struzan.
Yeah.
Duh.
Whoops.
All right, kids, before we close the news, is there anything else you want us to get to that maybe we didn't get to?
What did my expertly curated news scoop miss?
I'm looking in chat. I ain't seeing anything. Poisonous Plants 15 points out, rest in peace, Ace Frehley. That's right. Frehley's comet broke loose of the earth, man. One of the original members of Kiss. Killed Josh Pacino, who does a lot of artwork for Smodcastle, says, whenever I do posters for Smodcastle, there's always a heavy Struzan influence and love in there. I learned everything I know about art from studying him when I was younger. He does some really nice poster work for us. Struzan's in there.
All right. All in the Game mentions that, I mean, granted, it's not quite nerd news, but Taylor Sheridan is leaving his Paramount empire and going to Universal.
That was fucking noteworthy. What do you think that's all about? Where's he going? Universal? NBC?
Universal. Yeah, NBC Universal.
Man, because he was like Paramount's strongest muscle. And now Paramount just, got all that influx of cash and Ellison money. So you'd imagine they would want to secure him.
Yeah, I don't know entirely what was behind it, other than apparently the number rumored to be thrown around of what NBC Universal offered him is $1 billion to come and bring his playground over to NBC Universal, which is a billion reasons to do a thing. But yeah, and Paramount has him. I think his contract goes until 2028, and then new Taylor Sheridan things will appear on Peacock or NBC or some version thereof.
Matt DeMarco in chat pointed out that Ace Frehley wrote, I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. There was no clapping on that song. I just needed a beat for myself.
Help me out. I need some rhythm.
I need a little backup. Brian Bashman points out, I think Harry Houdini died on Halloween. I believe you're correct.
Or at the very least, that's the legend that Harry Houdini died.
He got punched, right before he went in the water tank. I saw that movie. And that fucked him up. So then he couldn't do the trick right. And then did he drown in the tank? That's how he died?
I believe he did.
Man. F. Kusama said, Kev, no Peacemaker season 2 talk. We did that.
We did. We hit it early.
Yeah. I took its dick out. I was like, and I lifted the nuts up and I went under.
Hell yeah.
And then I went right back to the shaft. I was all over that shit. Go back and listen.
All over that dick.
Love it. Want more, man. He says no. What am I going to do? John Haymaker says, Chance Perdomo from Gen V passed away too. That's true. An actor who was on Gen V last season passed away. And Gen V just began again, didn't they?
I think it did. I have not seen any of Gen V, so I'm not sure.
Glenn Alexander points out that the great Robert Englund got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Freddy Krueger.
No, that's lovely.
Deserves it, man. Absolutely deserves it. Jenny Aguilar Mickelson said Dogma and 40X was well worth the ticket price. Could have seen Dogma and 40X, kids. You might still be able to. I don't know if it's still playing, but what an experience it was. Alexander Klett says, hey, Kevin, from Trondheim, Norway. Wow, man. Norwegian. People who make them cruise lines.
I like them cruise lines.
Let's see. I guess that we hit all the news there is to hit.
I think so. Should we do some Q&A?
What does it say? Kill Josh Pacino says Paramount has signed a minimum 10-year lease for a major piece of Bayonne's upcoming 1888 studios. So now we have Netflix and Paramount in the Garden State. Indie film in New Jersey might be in trouble. Yeah. Hollywood's moving back to New Jersey, which is only fair because that's where it began.
Indeed.
James B. Smith says Houdini died of a ruptured appendix. Yeah, I mean, at least the movie showed, like, he always had this thing where anybody can punch me. And so some dude did it, but he wasn't ready for it. And that is maybe that burst his appendix, and that's. But he was in the water tank, right? That's what they did in the movie. I believe everything I see in the movies.
I mean,
Evan Fowler said no. Naomi Watts got her star too.
Good for her.
Yeah, man. John Haymaker points out that Norwegians created black metal. All right, kids. That's all the news that's fit to print.
Indeed.
So guess what? We're moving on to the question marks. Oh, wait. James B. Smith says, nope, no water tank. Is that right?
Lion movie.
God damn it. Like that movie made me think. I mean, I drive past his estate all the time. It's on
Laurel Canyon.
Laurel
right?
Canyon. Yeah, you could drive past and you see the Harry Houdini estate. But is that true? No water tank?
Man, that's sad.
God damn it, man.
I can't trust a TV movie. What can you trust?
So true. Kill Josh Petrino says, Kev, are you going to Horror Fest? That's right, kids. Tomorrow at Smodcastle Cinemas. First annual Smodcastle Horror Fest. See the future of horror with curated run of films from all around the world, man. Shorts, features. Oh, it's a good time. $5 for a whole block of movies. You can watch like 8 movies for $5 or pay $20 and watch all day. Go see everything. And then the next day they're doing a screening of Stream with the Q&A, and then they're doing a screening of the Blair Witch Project with Mike himself. He's going to turn around, face the wall, creep everybody out. All at smodcastleCinemas.com, where the movies come to play. All right there, JC. We must have some questions. Yes.
Well, because of the Drew Struzan talk, Jose Munster, what is your favorite movie poster? I don't think it needs to be Drew, but it could be of all time.
Of all time. I mean, obviously, I'm very partial to Marwat's poster, not just because of the present subject matter, but you know, it looks like a movie poster, and people have grew to love that movie. But let's see. I don't know. I mean, I keep gravitating toward my posters. I love the Clerks poster. I love the Mallrats poster. I love the Chasing Amy poster. I love both Dogma posters. I love the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back poster is okay. Let's see what was after that. Jersey Girl. I love the Jersey Girl poster. It's pretty Spartan, but kind of sweet. After that was Clerks 2. I like the Clerks 2 poster, but it's not, you know, like, oh my God, they reinvented the wheel. What was after the Clerks 2? Zach and Miri poster. Oof. We had trouble there. Zach and Miri. After Zach and Miri, we did Cop Out. And one guy was there for the poster shoot, and the other guy we had to kind of put together in post. So, I mean, it's an all right poster. But I don't really even I directed the movie, but I don't think of that as like one of mine. After Cop Out, I did Red State, and I fucking love the poster we had for Red State, man. Like, you know, not the one that's on the DVD, that's fine, but the one of like the ghost looking shape that was on the cross and shit, really spooky. After Red State was Tusk, and I thought Tusk had a beautiful fucking poster. That not the one that's on the DVD, like a moon and a branch or a hill, creepy hill with the house on it that created a kind of Tusk affair. And it said, "Let me tell you a story" or something. Oh, I fucking loved it. One of my favorite posters for anything I've ever done. Yoga Hosers poster I really love, even though people hate that movie. And it's not for sentimental reasons. I just like the way it's put together. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. He's all over it.
Yoga Hosers had a great Japanese poster also that like mocked the Force Awakens poster a little bit.
Yes, we got it hanging up at Smodcastle Cinemas. If you go see the Drew Struzan, you can also go see the Japanese Yoga Hosers poster, which people are like, is that a Nazi flag in it? It's like, yeah. Yeah. Same way that they're in like Indiana Jones posters. We ain't for it. It's just part of the plot. After that one, after Tusk, Yoga Hosers, then it was Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. And I loved all the posters we had for Reboot. Like Bond created so many great images and we used them all. And then the Clerks 3 campaign I thought was beautiful, and I love those. I love the Clerks 3 poster of the four of us. And the 430 movie poster I fucking love too. I know the question wasn't about favorite movie posters of mine, but I had to go through mine. Now let me think, just in general, what posters have I gone out of my way to own that I still own? So of course, the Jaws poster. I might have to go with the Jaws poster. Iconic, has been with me my whole life. And when you see it, it just communicates fucking movie, communicates terror, communicates beauty, painted as well, not by Drew Struzan, but still. But posters that I have that are, mine that aren't my movie. I've got a Fletch poster. I've got Crush Groove. I've got Jaws. I've got the Bad News Bears, also one of my favorite posters, drawn by the late great Jack Davis of Mad Magazine. Of course, the Star Wars posters were amazing. So were the Indiana Jones posters. But I think I got to get Last Temptation of Christ poster is fucking beautiful. Anatomy of a Murder is a beautiful fucking poster as well.
Yeah.
Going classic. But I think for me, it's probably all-time fave would be Jaws. What about you? That's a great question.
It is a great question. I mean, the first one that came to mind was the original Alien poster. Just the
In
egg.
space, no one can hear you
scream. I love the Exorcist poster, which is just Father Merrin standing in the.
Oh, great poster! Really tells a story.
Very much so. I love The Eyes of Laura Mars. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, Faye Dunaway's fucking very recognizable eyes were pretty much the poster.
Yeah. I thought that was fucking awesome. I mean, Vertigo, all of those kind of classic. Who the fuck did those posters? I think he also did Anatomy of a Murder.
Saul Bass.
The Saul Bass posters. Like all of those are fucking great.
Banff Man.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, of course. The Rocketeer had a great poster.
Oh, Rocketeer is a nice one. Art Deco poster too.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind, but I think that's because I love the Empire Strikes Back poster, which is basically the Gone with the Wind poster.
You're the first person I've heard talk about that in a dog's age, man. It's true. They totally ripped off the Gone with the Wind poster from Empire Strikes Back.
But also just for me, probably because I was like 18 and just really getting into film at the time and just so into Star Wars. The Star Wars Episode 1 teaser poster.
Oh,
where
fantastic.
It's the little boy with the Darth Vader shadow on the igloo.
A poster, and this is no slight on the movie, but a poster so good that the poster is better than the movie.
Yep.
Like, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Just a banger of a fucking tagline. That was a fantastic image, man. Like, excellent way to sell that movie. Let's see what they're saying in chat. Ready? Caddyshack.
Sure.
White Men Can't Jump. Weird poll, but graphically beautiful. A lot of these might have sentimental appeal. Tremors, Apocalypse Now, Close Encounters. Wonderful. Goodfellas. Great. Yeah. I mean, great movie. Poster, okay. Picture of three guys and then the car and stuff. Back to the Future poster. Excellent. Silence of the Lambs. The Untouchables.
Yeah.
Almost Famous. Vertigo, John Twell says, was based. Last Starfighter. Wow, man. Evan Fowler, deep cuts. Matt DeMarco, Boogie Nights. Excellent call. Eric Peterson says, The Birds and the Burbs. Jose Munster, Batman 1989. You know what?
Hell yeah.
Can't fight you on that. Just a fucking iconic in-your-face bat symbol.
Yeah. Same thing with like Jurassic Park. Like that poster was great. It's just that the iconic Chip Kid design.
Just like it doesn't spoil the flick and yet tells the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
The original Halloween poster, Do the Right Thing. Oh, I backed that play. That reminds me, I want to get a Do the Right Thing poster. Ghostbusters poster. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming to save the world. That was the tagline. 2001 Scream. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Doing the Silent Bob. Scarface. The Warriors. Batman Returns, the Cat, the Bat, and the Penguin. Beautiful. Or just the bat insignia with all the snow. Gremlins, yes. Rosemary's Baby. Fucking carriage on top of the hill. Creepy.
That's great. I used to have the teaser poster for The Abyss in my room. And it was just The Abyss, and then the Y went all the way down.
All the way down.
Mhm.
That was great.
The Deep, I would say, I don't see it on anybody's list, but remember the poster for The Deep?
Mhm.
I see American Graffiti, absolutely. E.T. movie poster, absolutely.
Independence Day with the
building right over the White House, absolutely. Yeah. Big Trouble in Little China, Rocky Horror, Purple Rain, The Dark Knight, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Friday the 13th. None of these are bad. Akira, Clockwork Orange, Dawn of the Dead, It's Alive. Great polls. Oh, kid, you're making me so happy. This is like the equivalent of reading the phone book, just calling out cool poster names.
Yeah.
Addams Family Values. They did have wonderful posters for the Addams Family movies. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Wars. We're the Dream Warriors. Don't want to dream no more. Mm-hmm. That one hurt. I'm going to pay for that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Did that to yourself.
All right, kids. We can name posters all night. Yeah. But JC's got somewhere to be. He's got children. What's question number 2? Yeah.
Lord Mooby, what children's character would you give the horror movie treatment to? Like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Mm.
Oh my God, real quick. It's Halloween and 666 are watching right now.
We need one less or one more, or else we're all going to hell. Kids show. You can go dark with Captain Kangaroo as a hybrid man fucking kangaroo that, Dr. Moreau style was sewn together.
This could be the kangaroo yes hashtag.
It's true. From the maker of Tusk.
Ouch, yes.
The tagline is "Good morning, Captain."
I was talking to a graphic designer today who's doing some things for me for a reason that everybody will find out in a few weeks. And she was saying that she was on a work trip to Australia and they were out in like the bush shooting athletic wear, and they had like a kangaroo guy that was security and like safety, and he was saying like, do not go, like when we're driving out there, the cars need to stay in a line. They need to stay 5 feet apart because I guess kangaroos will attack people in cars out in the bush like viciously. They were like, don't even fuck around. Do exactly what I say or you will be killed by a kangaroo.
Kangaroos are known for drowning dogs. They'll just take a dog into the water and fucking drown. Like they'll hang out in the water if a dog comes running at them and shit. They just grab it and hold it under the water. Kangaroos are. Do you ever see the fucking biceps on those fuckers?
They're jacked.
Yeah.
I also saw the Looney Tunes when the kangaroo would come out of the shipping crate and fox people.
Yeah, fucking that motherfucker. Remember him? He was Bugs Bunny's friend. Just like every once in a while, Bugs Bunny befriended an animal that didn't talk, even though he was an animal that did talk. So he befriended that kangaroo. He befriended the little penguin who would cry ice cubes. What did I see? Night Shader Holloway had a great idea. Calvin and Hobbes. You know what I'm saying? The little boy who grows up, little boy who could see the tiger that nobody else could, who grows up to be the man that can see the tiger nobody else can, the tiger that is hungry for blood.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that though, because I love Calvin and Hobbes too much.
Curious
But
George.
100 years from now, when it's fucking public domain, have at it, kids.
Curious George would be mine. A man and his monkey.
Especially when you find out, like, chimps get to be a certain age, they'll tear a motherfucker's face off and shit. So Curious George is in your version of Curious George. You know, it's like the trailer runs and they just put words up on the screen. It says when chimpanzees reach adolescence, comma, like a common teenager, comma, they rebel, ... Their rebellion is often violent, ...
And then it's just curious.
Yeah.
With the
Nice.
and then
they cut to the man in the yellow hat going, well, how old is he? And somebody goes, 13 today.
And then it's just a yellow hat has blood splattered on.
like it's
There's the yellow hat. Curious George, rated R.
Yeah. What is he curious about? And then the other words fade away and it's just curious.
He's curious to see if you'll live through his attack.
He's curious what's under the skin. He can't see it.
Banter the Young is voting for Clifford the Big Red Dog. Also terrifying if turned in the other direction.
I go Harold and the Purple Crayon. He can.
They already made a horror movie of that. Started that fucking
exactly
that dude. That dude.
That guy. Yeah. He can draw your pain and it becomes real.
You can draw your pain. Bam fan, you got anything?
Yeah, Curious George was mine.
Oh yeah, right. Fucking A.
Yeah. Where the
Mike Gallagher is saying Furious George. Brian Bashman says it's called Primate and it's coming out soon.
Yeah, the very hungry caterpillar.
Oh shit, that's funny. The hungry caterpillar.
Colon the boar worms.
Grape
Not the
ape.
boar worms.
Grape ape is a weird concept. This is an ape the size of King Kong hangs out. You know, he can ride on top of a van. That's very threatening. That's more threatening than Magilla Gorilla. Magilla Gorilla, the concept of which is you could buy a primate for a nickel because nobody else wanted them. Could you imagine living in that world where you can buy a gorilla? If you wanted a gorilla, you could call your own. A gorilla who'd be with you when you're all alone. All you needed was 5 cents. Mr. Peebles wanted this fucking gorilla out so bad. He was willing to sell him at a loss. 5 cents.
Nickel. Come have a murder machine.
Like, hey, how old is this ape? 13. Curious George. Magilla Gorilla grows up to be. Curious George grows up to be Magilla Gorilla. Just like Casper was the dead spirit of Richie Rich. Money couldn't save him, kids.
Can't save anyone. Money can't buy your way into heaven.
You know what saved Richie Rich? Death. And he became Casper and he became happier.
A lesson for all the billionaires.
Yes. Yes.
Death is coming for you.
All right, what else we got? A third and final question of the evening.
Poisonous Plant 15. If you could join the X-Men, what would you want your mutant power to be, and who would you choose as your roommate in the mansion?
Is it an existing mutant power? Or can I pick like the mutant power to fucking hit all my deadlines and shit? It's not really good for the good of society, more for the good of Kev. An existing mutant power of all of them, I think I would like to bamf in and out of places. I think I'd like to night crawl.
You have to
I travel a lot, so it'd be really nice to be like, all right, bye, bamf, and then just show up, bamf, in New Jersey.
Do you have to have the blue skin and the devil tail too, or is not? We don't have to.
Am I doing it at this stage of the game? Age 55? Because I've done this for 55 years. If I had to be blue with a devil tail for the next, I don't know, 20, however long I got left, I'm okay with that. Am I trying to win a fucking contest here?
I mean, you don't get any more frequent flyer miles, though.
Right. And those can be traded in for hotel night stays as
100%.
well. No, I'm still taking it. Mutant power. Does it come along with everyone being like, you fucking mutant, go to hell, mutant, down with mutant? You know how they're always like fucking giving mutants a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite know what the parameters are of this question, but let's pretend that there is not pitchforks waiting for you.
Really? So we're not in a like God loves, man kills kind of scenario?
I think we're in the I'd like to shave off my commute.
This is not Days of Future Past where for bamfing I have to trade in, fucking some alternate future where the Sentinels bend me over a couch, pull my hair back.
I missed that part of the movie where the Sentinels just bending people over couches.
It's terrifying. That's why they didn't let me make any of those movies. I was like, I got an idea. Look, those comics are good, but I got an idea.
Like, so what's Trask's big plan? Just wanted to bend people over couches. Giant robots.
What does that do? Fucking teaches people not to be shitty. I'll tell you that much. How's it do that? They can't shit.
Yeah. We're smuggling things into prison. How? Asses.
By wearing them. Wait.
So that's your mutant powers, Bam thing?
And then who would your roommate be?
I mean, I'm not going to be a perv and be like, some girl.
Any girl will do.
Storm, Rogue, Kitty, I don't know, Gene. I might fucking live with Professor X. He's probably got the best room in the house.
I mean, it's his house.
Right? So he probably has like the upstairs, the master fucking bed. Well, they don't call it the master anymore. The main bedroom.
Primary bedroom.
Primary, thank you. The primary bedroom. The primary bedroom, probably like a loft space. And he seems like he'd be like a tidy roommate. You just got to be like, Professor, if I'm ever getting any, I'm going to put a tie on the outside of the door. So if you see the tie, maybe roll away for a little bit.
Or I'm going to put a tie on the elevator in case you want to come upstairs.
Yeah.
Like, just don't.
Or better yet, I'm going to put a tie on the fucking, what's the jet called?
Blackbird.
The Blackbird. And if you see the tie or the Blackbird a rocking, don't come knocking. Do I want to live with the headmaster of a school?
It also feels, it feels a little stifling.
I don't know. I mean, he seems like a fun guy.
Does he?
He's carrying a lot of weight and shit, but like, you know what he'd be good for? You're sitting around, you're like, God, what's the name of that song? He's like, to me, my mutants, and he just pulls the information out of the air.
I like a hot pocket. to me, my
mutants, and bring it to you. With you hang out with Professor X, you're never going to Google ever again. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, he's got the answers. You're like, hey man, what won the Academy Award in 1969? He's like, to me, my mutants, Man for All Seasons.
It's just the laziest man in the world. Everybody else is like his manservants. He's got his psycho slaves. He was like, tell me my mutants. Lemonade. My mutants. Wash my
yeah. Maybe not Professor X is my roommate. Who else would I like to room with? Colossus, maybe. Yeah, because nobody fucks with you when you live with Colossus. Like,
no.
Colossus would be my pick.
Yeah, my bodyguard. Also, like, I could listen to that accent if I wasn't afraid of it, right? Like, I wouldn't be afraid of it because he's a good one of them good Russians. So I'd be listening all day long, be like, say something else. Say the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. I'd be like, that's adorable.
All the in Soviet Russia jokes that you could make.
Oh, I'd be Yakov Smirnov in this fucker every day. In Soviet Union, metal bodies you. Well, who about you? Who's power and who you living with?
I think I take long shots power, so I can just be lucky all the time.
No.
That feels pretty good. And then my roommate is Storm because I'm lucky all the time.
Shout out to Joshua B. Says, hope you guys see this. I'm sitting in a hospital bed recovering from an accident that broke both my legs badly. Ouch. So sorry, man. Thanks for doing thanks for doing the show. Always enjoyable. Happy Halloween. Oh, Josh.
Feel better, man.
Yeah, fuck, man. Stay strong, as Will Wilkins said.
I hope there will be a lot of mutants around to help you do shit. So when you need somebody to come bring you Hot Pockets, you can say, "To me, my mutants," and they'll do it for you. While you're convalescing.
Can I pick which version of Colossus I'm gonna live with?
Oh, sure.
The one from the Deadpool movies. I like him very much.
He's fun.
Yeah.
He seems like a good time.
He does. And also, like, you know, he's like, now don't say fuck and shit like that. It's very, very bad to say fuck. And also, like, I love Rocky and Bullwinkle, so I love Boris Badenov and Natasha. So that would be like hanging out with Boris and Natasha all the time, which I guess I could accomplish without knowing Colossus, because there are Russians in the real world and stuff. And I understand that over in Russia, they like our movies very much. Like, it's crazy. I hear from people all the time, you must come. They used to say years ago, you must come to Russia. We love Jane Silent Bob. I saw a shirt somebody sent me. They were just selling in Russian shit. Jane Silent Bob standing there with the bear, you know, Russian bear, USSR on it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, very, very popular. Ask me why.
Tell me why.
In Clerks, Silent Bob's cousin is Olaf, the Russian metalhead. So apparently people in Russia felt very seen by that character who speaks no Russian whatsoever. But just the concept that in 1994 that we would be like, hey, there's a Russian guy here in Jersey.
I mean, I thought about Logan as a roommate because he's Canadian, so he's polite. He seems incredibly easygoing about rules and shit. Like, there's always beer in that room. He doesn't give a fuck what you do. And if you needed somebody to beat up somebody for you, I feel like Logan would be cool with that. But I also can't imagine him as a neat freak. So just clothes are fucking everywhere.
Truth, right?
Like, that dude hits the fucking can and he can pollute a toilet, I believe.
The Dan Abides in chat says, in Russia, all Bobs are silent. Bamfman, you got any?
Well, I grew up on Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and I always thought it was cool that Iceman could like kind of like sky surf on his ice. But Jason in chat pointed out nobody wants to be Iceman today. So,
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, too true. You're like, I'm Iceman. Like, get out of here, piece of shit.
I think I would like telekinesis.
That's the theme song. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
I mean, telekinesis is just you have the Force, which is cool.
Which is, yes, I could just dress like a Jedi, and a Colossus would be the roomie, or perfect memory.
Oh, like, so you just want to be Mary Lou Henner?
Yeah, like just remember everything.
She got one of those photo fucking perfect memories. She remembers everything.
Total recall.
Total recall, man. She'll remember it for you wholesale.
Recall.
Well, shit. You know, shit, kids.
Feels like a show.
Feels like a show, man. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Iceman and Firestar.
Remember they show villains, and the last villain they showed was Doctor Doom. Like, when the fucking Spider-Man ever fight Doctor Doom?
There's a crossover episode though where the X-Men were on it.
And remember who our faithful narrator was?
Stan Lee, right?
Hey, Spider friends, this is Stan Lee.
The new Spider-Man show, they got Patrick
That gorgeous
Stump.
one that they do on Disney Plus.
Yeah, the kids version.
Oh,
They did. Patrick Stump does all the music, and they just released a kids Iron Man and His Amazing Friends, and they got the guy from I think Blink 182 to do it, so that the Disney is now like, let's get the bands that the parents loved, so that when they sit through watching this over and over again, all the music sounds like Fall Out Boy.
that makes sense. That's why Nine Inch Nails is in Tron Aries. Same thing. They are apparently who's the Nine Inch? Trent Reznor apparently was also a big Tron fan, just like Leto was also a big Tron fan. He's a producer on the movie. That's how much he loved Tron. Apparently, I told you I saw that dude at Comic-Con because I did the Tron Aries panel, and motherfucker looked like he was 12 years old. Dude's my age. I was standing across from a man my exact age, looked like preserved in fucking amber. And with no work, no like noticeable work where it's like, oh, he's had a lot of plastic surgery. Nothing, just like naturally young looking.
Got the rock star genes, right? He goes out, he tours, he does all the rock star stuff. That
got them rock star eyes too, man. I was getting lost in them and shit.
Like Lenny Kravitz, I think, is like 60 something years old, and that dude looks like 30.
Do you remember when he was playing like a show and his fucking dick fell out? Like, how does that happen? Just like fucking just fell out. Everyone saw his wiener on stage. His Halloween.
Mr. Cab driver, my dick is out of my pants.
Well, kids, I guess that Tron Aries is going to be on fucking Disney Plus pretty soon.
Like next Thursday.
Is it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing.
I mean, you might not be wrong, man. Spider-Man and his amazing friend. God, that makes me feel young. Not as young as gathered from the furthest reaches of the galaxy. Come the greatest superhero the world has ever known. Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman. Oh, fuck.
And the Native American guy.
That was later on. That was years later when they had to be like, and the rest.
And the Wonder Twins.
And some others that maybe aren't as white as these people.
Black Tornado.
My God, that would make a great horror movie. Kids showed a horror movie. All the superheroes turn bad.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum.
Thank you, Poisonous Plants. Apache Chief. Which, oh dear God.
Apache Chief. And what was it? Shogun Warrior?
Yeah. Shogun Warrior. Black Thunder.
And they also did, Black Lightning. And they also did, who was the El Dorado? They added one season as well. Gotta give it to them, man. That was like the fucking early 80s, and they were really trying.
I mean, it was
in a way that
like,
they wouldn't let that cartoon get made today, man.
Wouldn't even try it today.
No. Gotta give it up to them early 80s, man. They were like,
I mean, and also like the 70s was still, there were 100 million people a week watching the Jeffersons.
And
so it was like,
you know what? Speaking of singing, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Sang by?
Who?
If I remember correctly, maybe I'm crossing the streams here, but I think Willona from Good Times sang the theme song to the Jeffersons. Somebody look that up. Or maybe she sang the Good Times theme song.
Beans don't burn in the kitchen.
What is it? Moving on
Burn
up.
on the grill.
Moving on
A
up.
whole lot of to Ryan.
Just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, you and me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to, and you know what? I'm right.
Yeah.
The singer of the theme song "Moving On Up" from the Jeffersons was Janette Dubois. She was an actress and singer who co-wrote the iconic theme song with Jeff Barry. Dubois was an actress best known for her role as Willona Woods on the sitcom Good Times. So Willona from Good Times sang the Jeffersons theme song.
Keeping it in the family.
I bet you didn't know that shit.
Not until right now.
That's why you tune into Fat Man Beyond, to learn about sitcoms of the 70s, kids. Who sang what and why?
Who's going to get the royalties for us singing the whole fucking theme song?
Truly.
The estate of Janette Dubois.
Sometimes it's worth it. You know what? It's worth losing a few fucking pennies on YouTube so we can fucking sing to the glory of the Jeffersons. It's an anthem, man. It's a goddamn anthem, right up there with Welcome to the Black Parade.
Hell yeah.
Hazy Wave says she was Lenny Kravitz's mom.
Yes.
No.
Bringing it all full fucking circle. How wild is that?
No, Janette Dubois wasn't Lenny Kravitz's mom. Thelma What's-Her-Face was Lenny Kravitz's mom.
Let's look.
It's What's-Her-Face.
Thelma Adams?
Yes.
No, Roxy Roker.
Roxy
She
Roker.
played she was in the Jeffersons.
Right. She was the white dude's wife.
Helen. Yes, because it's George and Wheezy and Helen and what was the white guy's name? Tom and Helen. Tom
sounds about right. But yeah, that's I knew she was on the Jeffersons, but I couldn't.
And Mr. Bentley. Was it Bentley? Yeah, Bentley. Man.
It all comes back to Lenny Kravitz.
Take that. If you take nothing else from this show, kids, you take this. Janette Dubois and Jeff Barry wrote a song that probably everybody born between 1960 and 1990 know every fucking word to.
Yeah. We didn't have to look it up, and I haven't heard that song in 30 years.
Finally got a piece of the pie. Anthem. Fucking anthem. Just like this whole goddamn show. Fat Man Beyond is an anthem, kids. Incusac says 5 minutes till November 1st. Yeah, we'll hang out. We'll do 4 more minutes and get till November 1st.
There's got to be another theme song we can sing.
Facts of life.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. When you want to fucking touch a dick. No, those weren't the words.
Mrs. Garrett won't let you take a lick. The facts of life.
John Haymaker said Dia de los Muertos. Is that November 1st?
Is it?
I know November 1st is a holy day of obligation. Isn't it All Souls Day or All Saints Day?
It's the 2nd is the Day of the Dead.
That's the Day of the Dead, number 2.
Was the Facts of Life a spin-off of Different Strokes?
Yes, 100%. Mrs. Garrett was the original housekeeper of Mr. Drummond. So when Arnold and Willis came to live with Mr. Drummond, Mrs. Garrett was the housekeeper. And then Mrs. Garrett left after season 2 or something, to go be a house mistress at the Eastland School for Girls.
The sitcom cinematic universe is so ahead of its time.
I mean, whether or not you credit him with creating shows or co-opting shows, the late great, no, is he still around? Is Norman Lear still around?
I think he's still alive.
I think he's still here. Yeah.
God bless him. Norman Lear had the Learverse, man, where everything was fucking connected to like Archie Bunker and shit. You know how many spinoffs to Archie Bunker there's All in the Family. Then Archie Bunker's Place, Gloria, what were the other spinoffs? They did one that was based on The Address years later. But that's then Jeffersons, Good Times. Jeffersons is a spinoff because the Jeffersons lived next door to the Bunkers at one point, and then they moved on up. Good Times is a spinoff because Archie Bunker's sister-in-law, Edith's sister, was Maud. She had her own show, B. Arthur. And Maud had a housekeeper whose name was Florida. And then she got her own sitcom with her family, and that was Good Times, Aldi Evans's. And I'm trying to think, are there any other spinoffs from? Well, I mean, there was a Good Time. A Jefferson spinoff where Florence left at one point and did a thing. I think she was a hotel manager, but then she came back after one disastrous season. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a whole Learverse, man. And now, as we enter the age of AI, they can make an entire Norman Learverse movie with everyone looking their ages from the 70s and shit. Drink up half the ocean's water just to run this program. So 12 people left who give a fuck can watch it on YouTube. I'd be way into that though, man. Give me a Learverse. Fuck.
I mean, and then the fucking Happy Days universe.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there were a lot of spinoffs of Happy Days as well.
Yeah.
Happy Days comes from a episode of Love American Style, then becomes Happy Days, which owes a lot of its genesis, of course, to American Graffiti, a movie that had Cindy Williams in it, who also spun off of Happy Days into Laverne and Shirley.
Sure.
Laverne and Shirley was a spinoff. Joni Loves Chachi was a spinoff. Mork and Mindy was a spinoff. Happy Days again, technically a spinoff.
Was One Day at a Time?
One Day at a Time was a Norman Learverse, but I can't remember it wasn't connected to Happy Days at all. That, if anything, it was connected because that was like a Norman Lear production as well. But I don't think anyone in that show knew anybody else. Like, it was not like they introduced Bonnie Franklin's character on, fucking this, and then she went to this. I don't think. I could be wrong. Bonnie Franklin, Mackenzie Phillips, Valerie Bertinelli. Pat Harrington played, what was his name? The janitor building, Schneider.
Right.
Wow, I know way too much about this shit. And then there's Maud, 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 and then there's Maud.
You've got Perfect Strangers and Family Matters also.
They were, that's right. They were connected. Time was, kids, like, everyone acts like connecting shit is something new, but they've been doing it since the 70s. We just called it spin-offs back then. All right, kids.
We did it. We hit November 1st.
We did it. Hot Pace says, this is the best thing Kevin Smith has done today. To be fair, I haven't done much today. It was a real lazy day. I watched a lot of Succession.
So bad.
And then there's Maud. And then there's Maud. And then there's Kill Josh Petrino says, Kev, Smodcastle event idea. We take every opening sitcom banger that we can find. We chain them together back to back. We sing along the ones we know. You pause for random commentary. Done and done. Arrange that show. Reach out to Steven. Beg him to pull every opening theme song that can be sung. That's a good show. I'd do that show. Would you come to Smodcastle Cinemas to sing along to every fucking sitcom jingle from your childhood, kids? I know I would.
Let's fucking do it. And then we can also write lyrics of ones that didn't have lyrics.
There you go. Like Simon and Simon.
Yep.
Or Miami Vice.
Knight Rider.
That's true. Knight Rider. I'm a car and I talk to this guy. Somebody pointed out, rest in peace, October. That's right. She gone.
She is.
October 2025 is never going to come again, my friends. I hope you appreciate it while it was here.
Never meaning no harm.
Oh shit! I
That's
mean, not a show that I was ever really a fan of, but that is a banger fucking opening song. Just the good old boys,
it.
never needed no harm. Fighting, no, what is it?
I don't remember.
Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they were born.
Deep.
Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain may get them, but the law never will. Making their way, the only way they know how. Waylon Jennings, am I correct?
Mhm.
That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. I've never really liked that show, but fuck, that's a good song. Good credits to that show.
I love that show.
I wasn't a fan. My cousin Johnny loved it. You know, he's into cars and shit, but I had to fake my way through it every Friday.
Listen, I was into fast cars and tight pants, and that show gave me everything I ever wanted.
Straightening the curves. Daisy Duke and her Daisy Dukes.
Hell yeah, didn't straighten those curves.
She was the image on screen when they said straightening the curves. She was the curves in question. Tim Miller and Keanu Reeves, Poisonous Plants 15 says Tim Miller and Keanu Reeves making a movie together, announced today. Yep, so Keanu Reeves was just in that Angel movie. How did it do?
I don't know. I don't think there was overwhelmingly high expectations for Good Fortune.
You know what I saw? Speaking of good, I saw Good Boy, the dog horror movie. Yeah. Watchable, totally watchable. Great idea. Fantastic idea.
That's kind of what I've heard. That it's like it wasn't everything that you wanted it to be, but it wasn't like definitely not a waste of the 2 hours that you spent watching it.
Yeah, I'm with you. John Haymaker says KRP. Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got tired of packing and unpacking. Forget the rest.
We got pretty far on that one, though.
Was Wonder Years a spinoff, says Hop Hayes? No, but they had a banger opening song that wasn't technically a jingle. It was just a real ass song. What would you do if I sang Attitude? What were you going to say, Batman?
They stripped all that music out on the streaming and the DVD.
Because they don't have the deal. That's crazy, man.
Because that was so much
of the problem with Fast Times. It took Fast Times Ridgemont High a minute to get to home video because they didn't lock up all their music rights too. So whatever people heard on home video was not what we heard in the theaters when we saw it. And to be fair, I'm lying. I didn't see it in the theaters. I wasn't that cool. I saw it at home on cable, but I probably saw the one on cable that had the same music that the movie version had.
That's what also kept Homicide: Life on the Street off of home video and streaming for like 20 years.
Because the music?
Because the music, they didn't have clearances for most of the music on that show.
What would you do if I sang Attitude? Remember when Blue Sheep played fucking
Joe Cocker?
Joe Cocker? Kept making all those faces. And he'd get up to the mic and be like, and he'd have his arms thrown back. What would you do if I... God, that motherfucker died so young.
Too young.
Way too young.
Have you seen did that John Candy doc come out?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm saying there's two documentaries I desperately want to watch, but I got to be in the right emotional frame of mind. One is the John Candy doc, and the other is the Stiller and Mirror doc that Ben Stiller and his sister did for his parents. I want to watch both. Did you watch the John Candy yet?
I haven't yet.
I want to see it, man.
I watched it.
Yeah. And?
It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be.
Oh,
like, it's definitely like a love letter.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really... Like, a lot of the interviews that, like, you're like, oh my God, the Bill Murray interview. Like, nah. Like he doesn't really say anything.
Bummer.
Like it doesn't really
Dave
get
says
into
Mr.
it.
Scorsese is great. Did anybody watch that yet?
No, not yet. It's on Apple, right?
It's on Apple, but I hear it's like 5 parts too.
Oh shit.
I mean, he's got a storied career, so I guess you need a lot of documentary, but
Mm.
I can't stand when I click on things and it's like series. I'm like, come on, can't somebody just make a fucking movie? Like, what was that thing with the boy I like? He used to be on Silver Spoons, then he was on Arrested Development.
Schroeder.
Jason Bateman.
Oh, Jason Bateman.
Rick Schroeder. Jason Bateman and what's his name? Talented Mr. Ripley. Not Paul Bettany, but the other guy. Jude Law. They're in some like Netflix thing. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch that. And then I saw it was a series. I was like, come on, man. How about what happened to 2 hours and out? Fuck, I'll take 90 minutes, but like, I don't want to commit to a series every time.
Yeah, but it's only like 6 episodes, right? That's all Black Rabbit is. It's not
too much.
It's not 22 episodes. Like, here we are, you guys.
It is. It feels like very, I don't know. Sometimes you're just like, ooh, this sounds good. Is it a movie? And then it's like, no, it's a commitment.
It's a very short marriage.
Decker 1605 said Monster Ed Gein was disappointing. I got through one episode and did not return. And that boy was very good. The actor boy.
Charlie Hunnam.
Excellent job. But I just thought, I'm not saying he didn't live an interesting life, but I just don't think there's enough there for me. But I see it was like number one for a while. And so everyone watched it. But I saw a lot of people didn't really go for it. But I don't think it was that kid's fault. I think he did a fantastic performance. But at a certain point, like all of a sudden at one point, they started focusing on Anthony Perkins, like, and dealing with Hitchcock and playing a version of the character in Psycho. And then they were dealing with Anthony Perkins' like sex life. Like it really felt like they kind of lost the thread of the narrative. Then I saw his son, Osgood Perkins, guy that directed The Monkey, was like, man, fuck this show, which I would feel the same way when I was watching it. I was like, oh my God, like, could you imagine? Like, they're depicting your father in this way that, like, maybe, they're taking a lot of liberties with his story and making a lot of assumptions and whatnot. And it just kind of, that's where I jumped at.
Fair enough.
But it, like I said, it looked like it was number one for a while. Poisonous Plants 15 says Marty Supreme was okay. Saw it in an LA screening. I look forward to that. That trailer is great. Forever young. I want to be forever young.
That Timmy Chalamet kid.
He can act, that kid. Act his ass off. Decker 1605 says it got weird.
It did.
Kill Josh Petrino said, did you guys see Shelby Oaks? That's the Chris Strucker movie. I have not seen it yet. I believe Chris Struckman. Maybe I'm thinking Baron von Strucker. Chris Struckman or Strucker. He reviews movies online, but he made a movie. I always love it when somebody who reviews movies goes and makes a movie. And he made this movie called Shelby Oaks. It's playing in theaters right now. I have not seen it yet. Ben Bamboo says the documentary is on Ed Gein or better. 100% agreed. In Cusack says the dude loves pot and bowling. Absolutely agreed. Richard Percival pointed out that Porkins died.
Oh, did he?
The actor who stayed on target. Is that right?
I think he died.
Somebody who was involved in the Death Star battle passed away because it popped up in my timeline.
I thought he died a long time ago. Did he just die? Yeah, October 23rd, 2005.
So not 2025.
If he meant Porkins died because people were talking about Rogue Squadron, I'm going to actually you and let you know that Porkins was in Red Squadron. He was Red 6, not in Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron was in Empire Strikes Back. And then they brought back Red Squadron in Return of the Jedi to honor the attack on the first Death Star.
Hazy Wave in the chat says last episode of the Ed Gein Monster had an Owner of a Lonely Heart music video where a bunch of serial killers thanked Ed Gein. Is that how they went out? It's a choice. It's a choice. Decker 1605 says the Bruce Springsteen biopic looks good. Sure do. I'm gonna check it out at Smodcastle Cinemas, where I'll be heading on Sunday. Tomorrow, or today, Saturday on the East Coast. Smodcastle Cinemas having the first annual Horror Fest. I'm gonna be there the next day. I've got a Golden Calves event for members of that Kevin Smith Club. When you sign up for the Golden Calves level, you could pick a dinner and a movie on the East Coast of Smodcastle or dinner on a movie on the West Coast here at my house. So I'm going back east to do the one there, and I got something special planned for those kids.
Do you pick the movie or do they pick the movie?
I pick, but might not be a movie.
What?
I might have something else planned for my little golden calves. So in any event, after that event, I will be there Sunday night. So I might just stay up because I got fly home on Monday and I hate like flying during the day. So if I stay up all night watching movies at my own movie theater, then I could just sleep the whole flight home the next day. So maybe I'll do that because I do want to see the Bruce Springsteen. I do want to see something else that was there. So, you know, there's nothing quite like watching a movie in your own movie theater, kids. You should try it. It is so choice. Trust me, you don't want to do it. It means that you've financially ruined your fucking life because you bought a movie theater that was dying in an era when movie theaters are dying everywhere. But we dream, kids.
We do indeed. Speaking of dreams,
yeah,
I think we should all go to bed.
Time to go to sleep, kids. November 1st.
Indeed.
Hopefully the government does the right thing and funds Snap. Fingers crossed. It's November 1st.
Indeed.
Kill Josh Pacino says, can I watch movies with you on Sunday? Yes. Hell yes. I know people, Josh, so I can get us into that movie theater free for nothing.
What?
FOC, free of charge. That's what Anthony Perkins said in Psycho 2. Of course, I can let you stay FOC, free of charge.
Final order cutoff if you work in comics.
Lord Movie says, we bought a theater, the Kev Smith story. Yeah. Laura D says, 2 a.m. here, might as well stay up. No, get some sleep, Laura.
I kind of would love to see We Bought a Theater, the Kev Smith story starring Matthew Damon.
If I want either of those guys to play me, it'd be Affleck, man. Wishful thinking.
Well, you never can tell.
I mean, he's got a beard. Me too. Practically twins. All right, kids. Did you have a good time tonight hanging out with us, man? Did you make it through Halloween? You Halloweenies? Well, that has everything to do with the guy who brought us to you, man. That guy be Banff Man himself. Banff Man, take a bow. Take a bow.
Good night.
Say good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
And there is no fucking Fat Man Beyond without the smart one. And that ain't me. You're talking about the other guy. The ivory to my ebony. Give it up for marvelous Marc Bernardin.
Thank you, Kevin Smith.
Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Side by side on my piano. They made piano 2 syllables. Piano. It's not piano, it's piano. I've just got a note on my fucking Zoom that says set up professional audio in audio settings. It thinks that this is what I do. Zoom is like, oh,
doing this. Stop.
You're in some online karaoke club, it seems like.
Me and the barbershop boys have been working real hard on these Zooms.
Yes.
How do we sound good?
Sweet Adeline. God, I hate that type of music. if there is a hell and I go to it because of dogma, that's what's going to be welcoming me. Welcome to hell. Kids, welcome out of hell. Show is over.
Going to that good night.
Happy November, everybody.
Indeed.
Don't forget, kids, Smodcastle Cinemas this weekend. If you're into horror right now, today, go see some horror movies. Or come see me there when Wicked happens, 11/21. I'm going to be there singing my ass off. I'm going to defy gravity on a plane to get there.
Oh, yeah.
Come see me in Alpharetta, Georgia, doing a show. Come sit with me and Jay to do Santa Bob and Jingle Jay photos at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Please give me your money. I guess that's what I'm getting at. All tickets at csmod.com or smodcastlecinemas.com. Don't forget our wonderful sponsor, Mando. Go to shopmando.com, shopmando.com, and tell them Fat Man sent you. Code word Fat Man.
Oh, yeah.
There it is, kids. We have popped the culture.
Indeed. It's fucking laying down in an alley somewhere, just bleeding air.
Yeah, like the Waynes. Just keeping it on
Non-brand.
brand. Fat Man Beyond.
Well played.
There it is, kids. For Fat Man Beyond, I'm Kevin Smith.
And I am Marc Bernardin.
Tune in next time. Same fat time. Same fat channels. Smodcast.com or
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.
Jeff's kiss to October. Goodbye. And a Jeff's kiss welcoming to November. Mwah.
Wow.
This is from Cat. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the AKA Ask Kev Anything. Every saga has a 10-year anniversary, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what happens when Jay and Silent Bob get old. I'm Kevin Smith. Kissing you!